Grr, grr, bow. We live, brother. Episode 109. All right.
Yeah.
We on episode 9. You heard? Episode 9. Get this building filled up. Episode 9.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Know what it is, champ. All right, so you already know we got some stuff to talk about this week. This week was a little eventful.
Hold on, man. Hold on 1 second. Can you tell them what this is?
Okay.
This is the most underrated.
No, you gotta stop saying underrated. We've only been up for 8 episodes. There's no way we underrated at this point. Underrated is after you've been up after a year. We're not even most hated. Not even most hated. We just started, so I wouldn't even put that. I wouldn't even give us those type of tags yet. Because remember, this is our 9th episode, so there's no way that we could be underrated, right? There's no way that we could be hated at this point. Though there might be some remnants of some hatred out there, but not enough for us to notice, right? So give it some time. So check this out, guys. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Grr, grr, bow. All right. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media mafia. All right? I go by the name of L.O.T.S approved.
Yes, sir.
This is my partner in crime, my PNC, my twin. I'm letting him introduce himself. Go ahead.
I goes by the name of Planet. Planet, goddamn it, free G5. You already know what time it is. Murder God is in the building. This is how we get down. You know what I'm saying? There's love. You know what I'm saying? And we here. Thankful for another day.
That part. You guys, I see people in the building already. All right, we hitting the like buttons already. That's what I'm talking about. ASAP. Likes is going on. I need you guys to make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. You know how this go. We leave a comment in the comment section. Let the people know you in the building. We call that leaving your fingerprint. All right, let them know that you was in the house. Also, though we have a little bit of people in the room right now, we just opened up the room. I need you guys to go ahead and share this broadcast, share this live, share this stream. Get it out to everybody at this point so we can get everybody involved. Mafia. All right? More people in the building. Y'all know what it is. L.O.T.S approved media. Once again, this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. Please, episode 109. All right. That's 8 episodes. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the rest of the episodes, you guys go on YouTube and look at the rest of the episodes. That's what I'm talking about. Killer Cuts in the building. What's good, family?
Killer Cuts. Shots out,
Killer Cuts. That's my woody right there. All right. Killer Cuts in the building. What's happening, G? So once again, you guys, make sure you guys are sharing this live. Killer Cuts, share this live with the rest of your peoples. Every shepherd has his own flock. All right. So we got people that follow you, that follow your influence. So share this live. Also, hit the like button. All right. Comments in the comment section ASAP. Leave your fingerprint in the comment section. All right. This is gonna be an eventful week right here. Like I told you, this is episode 109, all right? And I'm super, super proud of us. 109, you heard? Now, let's talk about it, man. Let's go in.
Yeah, man.
All right, Bozak. Shout out to Bozak for sharing this one. All right. Let's start off with just 21 Savage. We're gonna speak about 21 Savage. 21 Savage just did an album with Drake, so he's been talking crazy. All right. 21 Savage basically said that he could beat anybody on the freshman list. That freshman cover that he did for XXL, he said he can beat everybody on that list. And you know, Kodak Black was on that list, and Kodak Black timed in on that also, right?
There's a couple heavy hitters on that list, man. Yeah, man.
That's the class with Uzi and them, Lil Uzi. So most of the people on that freshman list are doing numbers at this point.
Major numbers.
Let's talk about. We're gonna talk about The Baby album sales, 19,000 album sales the first week. All right, and you guys know there's a so-called shadow ban on Lil Baby. He's cancellation. All right, cancel culture strikes again. We're gonna speak about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle with on SNL when he was making those jokes in reference to the anti-Semitic remarks made by Kanye West. All right, so it looks like Dave Chappelle timed in, and he definitely was in support of Kanye West. Not to say that he agreed with everything that Kanye said, but some of that stuff he did actually agree with. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, because we know Dave Chappelle is a person that he's usually. You expect controversy to be in a controversial position.
Of course.
You know, he turned down that 50 million. Dave Chappelle turned down 50 million himself. All right. Going against the status quo.
Right.
So shout out to Dave Chappelle. We're going to talk about Daryl Brooks. Daryl Brooks sentencing. Daryl Brooks killed 6 people. That's the guy that drove through the crowd. I forgot what event it was, but he drove through a crowd and he killed 6 people and injured over 60. All right. Jeez. So he was sentenced a couple of days ago. We also going to speak about Donald Trump.
Right.
Trump announced that he's going for president again, 2024. I want to hear everybody's opinion on that. All right. Donald Trump, he is coming back.
Yeah, that man.
If you didn't know.
He's coming back with a vengeance if you didn't know.
Facts
Oh
though.
man.
Trump is back, homie. Blueface charged with attempted murder. So we talking about rapper Blueface, Crip rapper Blueface out of
Yeah.
Cali. All right, that's Whack 100's artist.
Krishan's
And
fiance. Krishan's
that part,
fiance. Yeah.
that part. So he just called attempted murder. And so the guy basically snitched on him. Somebody snitched on him, the person that he allegedly shot.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, it was after the fact. He didn't actually tell on Blueface in the beginning, so he kind of waited some time. So I guess he just got the inclination, like, hold up, maybe I can get paid off for this. So when you see there's a delay. Usually when people delay, when people delay their response before they call police, usually there's a lot of thought involved with that. Because if you was in true danger, you would have definitely contacted police initially when the incident took place.
Exactly.
But you took some time, so definitely you must have somebody gave you some type of pre-warning. Somebody told you, gave you some type of advice, like, yo, you might want to look into financial gain for this. That's what I believe.
I believe also that, just like you said, if time went on so long, why is it the essence that you need to bring these charges up today? You know what I'm saying? That event happened, if it allegedly happened, it happened way prior to this.
That part. All right, we also gonna speak about Shanquilla Robinson. All right, this is the girl that was killed. All right, I believe in Mexico. She went on a vacation with some friends of hers. I would believe they were her friends, but contrary to what I'm saying, all the events that took place, it probably wasn't her friends, right? So which the girl, you see, there's a video clip going around where the girl was slamming this girl all over the place, and the girl actually refused to fight back.
Hold on. That wasn't an actual girl that was hitting the girl.
Yeah, it gets deep. They're trying to say that she was of the transgender community.
Yeah. So,
all right. So allegedly, that was man strength. That was man strength.
Allegedly, it was more testosterone hitting that girl than so-called she dying of liquor poisoning and all those things that was claimed to be alleged to her family. So
facts.
Yeah. So
facts. We also gonna speak about Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. All right, so Joe Biden has a son that's over there in the Ukraine. I don't know if they have a construction company or something, but you see how Joe Biden keeps advocating for sending all this money to the Ukraine. So allegedly, his son is getting some of the cut of that money that's coming from the taxpayers, that's coming from our government, which we pay our government, right? So they're sending this money overseas, and I think Biden just he requested like 90 billion or something like that, to send some more money overseas, in which they're saying his son is receiving some of the funds from that payout.
Wow.
All right, so that's Hunter Biden. You know, Hunter Biden has a story in itself behind him. We're gonna speak on that also.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So first of all, you know, I like to start off with well, nonetheless, we gotta speak about that YSL indictment too. They're saying that Young Thug case, there's about 300 witnesses that the DA is calling, the state is calling. All right. Actually, there's 300 witnesses on that YSL case. 300 people willing to snitch on Young Thug, basically.
Wow.
All right, now that's amazing. That's kind of hard to believe, you know. And we praying for Thug and them. Hopefully, there's some loopholes in this case. Hopefully, the lawyers can be tactful and get this thing resolved and get this man up out of jail.
Yeah, man. We praying for Gunna and Thugger, man. Hope y'all see the best in this situation, man, because it's crazy. We don't know the actual, the facts about it, but any man going through this situation or any situation dealing with law enforcement is a difficult one. So keep your head up, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And praying for the best for y'all.
All right. With that being said, let's talk about 21 Savage. Let's talk about some hip hop at first. You know, we say the serious subjects towards the end, but we're going to talk about some hip hop, particularly 21 Savage. 21 Savage has been all over the internet ever since his Drake album dropped. And I don't know, his nuts dropped too. So he's dropping his nuts on niggas too. All right. So 21 Savage basically said that, for one, he said that he can beat anybody in the freshman class.
Right.
All right. In the verses. I find that hard to believe. 21 Savage does have some hits, but not to the degree that you can beat Kodak Black. All right, now I'm Haitian. Now I'm not being biased. I'm just being honest with you. Kodak Black has a lot of hits. A lot of hits.
Of course, my brother. Last week, I still stand behind what I said. I said this last Friday. I say this Friday. What is this man smoking on, man? 21, he's nice. He's everything. But just like you said, I think I think Drake gave him an extra testosterone boost when they dropped that product together. You know what I'm saying? And he
Facts.
actually feels like because I actually listened to the product now, and you see how you mentioned the album, Drake and 21 had an album.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
how it sounds. It actually
Facts.
sounds like Drake is carrying 21 on this album. If it was a percentage wise of this album, I would say it's 80% Drake, 20% 21 Savage on this album. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, so when I'm looking, when I ain't gonna lie, we spoke about the album last week,
Mhm.
but a lot of people are saying to your sentiments, they agree with you, right? They're saying that the consensus is that it's a Drake album per se, and 21 Savage is just along for the ride. All right.
That's
And
it.
Drake is getting all the accolades for this album. You know,
Of
it's
course.
to the point where he might seemingly be overshadowing 21 Savage.
It's
Slightly.
It's not even, it's not, it's what's being done. He is overshadowing him. He's overshadowing him because this man, literally, Drake is driving the car. 21 is in the baby seat. He's not even in the back seat. He's in the car seat. He's in the baby seat, watching this man do what he does best and trying to learn and see how he could captivate that wave, how this man Drake captivates that wave. But he's never going to be able to do that because he's only 21.
He's only 21.
He's only 21, man. Drake is Drake, man.
Facts. 21. 21's getting a little bit too big for his britches,
Come on,
if you
man.
ask me. All right, a little bit too big for his britches.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
He spoke about. Go ahead. Sorry about that, bro.
No, I need some crickets out there on that man. 21, man. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I need that right there, man.
Okay, then. My bad. You know, you want the crickets.
I need
you want
the
crickets, not the hand claps, but the crickets. All right.
Yeah, I need the crickets for that, man, because he tripping, fool. Because ain't nobody gonna believe that right now. Well, my personal opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. That's my personal opinion.
That was very appropriate. Very appropriate. He definitely need the crickets for that. He didn't need no applause for that.
No
I apologize about that. Right? That was an error. He needed the crickets. This is what 21 Savage needs. All right, facts though, because when he speaks about certain people, he's just like I told you right now. 21 Savage is dropping his nuts on people. All right, so to speak. Now, 21 also said that he called Nas irrelevant. The man called Nas irrelevant, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back, if you ask me. Let's chime in on that. All right, so people calling Nas irrelevant. Well, 21 Savage to be specific, calling Nas irrelevant. Now, the whole thing with Nas, you know, Nas is timeless at this point. His music is timeless at this point. Nas is not a trending rapper per se because he solidified himself. Most trending rappers, they're just hot for the moment, all right? Eventually, you want to come out of that trending. Trending's cool, but you're just hot for the moment. And those fans that like trending stuff, they just like what's in for the moment. That doesn't necessarily mean that your music has substance. That doesn't necessarily mean that your music's gonna last the test of times. You're just trending. You might just be the topic of discussion for the day, right?
Exactly.
And then guess what? You start to cool down. All right. And Nas is definitely not in that category. Nas has a core following. So Nas is definitely going to be relevant, and he's proven that. And if anything, Nas is one of the most relevant rappers out of all rappers. To be honest with you, Nas has to be the top 5 most relevant rappers, right? That's not in the trending category.
That ever touched the microphone. He's at legendary status. He's not hot boy. He's not a hot rapper. He's a legendary rapper. You can't compare hotness to legends. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, what's hot is hot. What's legend is gonna be here forever. We're gonna be talking about this man. If we was to write a Bible about hip hop, we're gonna have a passage on Nas. We're not gonna have a passage on 21.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it logical.
And be honest with you, you know, 21 to 21 Savage defense, right? All right, 21, you dropping your nuts, and I could see that you're doing numbers right now, and you're not a weak artist at all. I rock with 21. To be honest with you, he's another one of my favorite artists. I like 21.
Actually a good artist, but when you go against, that's just like a father going against a son. That a son going against a father that never disrespected him at all, and he's calling out his father and saying, "You know what, Dad? you have never been a great dad to me. And you looking at like, what? Why today you want to come and do this? That's how I feel that he came to Nas with that, because Nas is a father of hip hop, and you come and disrespecting the father by saying something he's irrelevant. But I heard recently that he had to backtrack those statements to an extent. You know what I'm saying? So why even bring them out in the first place? Don't say something that you're gonna have to backtrack later. Stand up for your words. You're so much of what you are. Be who you is, man.
Yeah, he definitely had to backtrack. 21
Yeah.
definitely had to backtrack. 21 said people are taking his words and they misusing his words, right? But at the same time, you gotta remember the magnitude of an artist that you are. Your voice is amplified, homie.
It's
So
heard.
you can't just say certain things and just think that you're not going to be held accountable for what you're saying.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking about Nas, that's a landmine. I wouldn't recommend too many people to speak on Nas' behalf unless you're saying something good, right? Because his track record exceeds himself. Nas is probably the most unanimous artist with the best track records.
Right.
Now, some people like to say Nas don't know how to choose beats. That's a whole different subject in itself, right? In comparison to music quality. But in reference to lyrics, in reference to relativity, how relevant he is,
it's dangerous.
Nah, man, unanimous,
very
unanimous
dangerous,
win.
very dangerous MC right there. That man held his. You got to look at a rapper who held his own with kings in the game. This man held his own with Nas. Nas held his own with Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z. The founding fathers that they say are the founding fathers of this hip hop game. We know there are other characters that led to hip hop being the greatness of what it is today. But those three other than Nas, that he went up and he's still here to stand and challenge, to have these little kids, because they're kids. That man was probably that man was probably still in his nutsack when Nas dropped Ether and all these hot records and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now for him to come and be like, come on, man, you make a little money in this game. It's the only reason you feel like that right now.
That part.
Rappers
now,
is making the money that rappers wasn't making back then. So you feel you could disrespect rappers now. I mean, from back then. You know what I'm saying? That's their problem. Go ahead.
I agree with you 100%. So now Kodak Black time then.
Oh yeah.
Kodak Black. Now, this is what 21 Savage said. Now, 21 Savage, he's stepping in shit at this point. 21 Savage said, so you know Kodak said, remember we talked about that last week when Kodak had all the caps on his head, talking about that's big cap, talking about you could beat me, right? Kodak also, 21 Savage responded to the fans. Now, you know they flooding his comment section. You know his comment section is looking colorful at this point, right? They're flooding the comment section. They're saying, you tripping, basically, and I agree with that. But he responded to his whole comment section. 21 Savage said, where was you guys at when it's time to buy those albums? So obviously he's talking about Kodak Black.
Right.
Now, Kodak responded to that. Kodak basically said he didn't appreciate that, because Kodak Black said throughout his whole career he had hiccups throughout his whole career, unlike other rappers. Now we know Kodak Black went to jail and all that. Before Kodak went to jail, keep in mind he had the game on smash lock. All right, and cats wasn't able to breathe so much. But when he went to jail, that gave other people opportunities to come up out the water, right? So with that being said, Kodak Black is saying he didn't appreciate that because, you know, he had hiccups in his career as opposed to other artists. And these other artists don't have no excuses, because last time I checked, 21 Savage hasn't done no time since he's been an artist. Though he is catching charges. To his defense, he's caught some charges. But he hasn't caught no break. He hasn't had no break where he hasn't been able to put out an album or nothing of that nature. So at the end of the day, Kodak Black, all credit due to Kodak Black, all credit due to Zoe. Zoe went to jail, came back out, and then he put the game right back in the headlock.
And he still that's the difference. That's the beautiful part of Kodak, what I want people to respect too. People thinking it's the gangsterisms of what people respect about him. No, that man had his time. He was took away from the game, came back into the game, and still dropped hot and relevant product.
Facts.
That's the beauty of that man. Y'all literally sitting around trying to copy off the next man. That man in his cell literally putting together his next project. While y'all sitting
Facts.
around, y'all have the luxury of shoulder to shoulder. Let me go meet up with this artist. Let me go see this producer. Let me go see this man. While that man was locked down, thinking about, oh yeah, I know it. I know what I'm finna do to this game when I get home. That's
Facts.
a bigger brain and that's a bigger strength. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Kodak Black, man. And like
Facts,
you say, shouts out to 21, man. You put out
shouts out 21,
music,
but
put out good
definitely
music, but right
shots.
now you tripping.
Tripping, but definitely shots was fired. Definitely shots was fired. 21 letting off shots right now, all right?
Yeah,
and Kodak Black busting back too. Let's hit the comment section for a quick. Shout out to Daniel checking in the building. I see you, homie. Shout out to Rudolph. All right, Balmir.
Yes.
Excuse me if I butchered the last name, brother, but I know who you are. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody in the building. Like I said, whoever's in the building, make sure you guys are hitting that like button as soon as you come in the building. All right. Make sure you guys are sharing this live. Let's get everybody involved with this live. The #1 up and coming podcast. Trust me, ain't nobody, is no comparison. Trust me, where we gonna take this. All right. No comparison. No comparison.
None.
All right? No comparison to this podcast.
Straight up.
We're gonna reset the building right quick. All right. This is the L.O.T.S approved media. Don't shoot the messenger podcast. Bam. All right. I go by the name of L.O.T.S approved himself. All right. The host with the most. All right. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media mafia. And if you guys in the comment section, you guys are part of the mafia. All right. And I'm gonna let my homie, my dog, my twin introduce himself. Go ahead.
I goes by the name of Planet, goddamn it, free G5. You already know what time it is. Murder God is representative. Shout out to that Panda Life Apparel. You already know how we get down, man. Just
that part.
You know what I'm saying? We keep
shout out to Sharp. Shout out to that Panda Life Apparel.
That's how we get down. Everybody in the building that represents us, we represent y'all. Nothing but love,
Facts.
man. Keep it moving, man. That's how we do it.
Let me tell you something. I got my own apparel, but I support everybody, and I want my own Panda. I want my own Panda jumpsuit. All right.
You already know how we get down.
I need my
ordered, baby.
I've been asked for it. That's what you said, bro. You've been said that last year, homie.
You know how we do.
You said that last year.
Our stuff custom, baby. You know that.
You said that last year, homie. I'm been supposed to have my Panda set, homie. Come on, man. So last year, I've been asking for mines. I need mines. I want to rock mines on the show.
Yours is custom. When you want to try to get yours, you know what I'm saying?
Let's make it less custom then. Let's try. Let me just get the standard. It don't got to be custom. Let's rethink this. All right.
I can't do that. My brothers deserve custom too, man. Hey, that's how I look at it, man. I'm not gonna give you less than what I get. You feel me? We on the same level.
All right. Let's go to some album sales, man. Hip hop album sales. You guys know, like I said, when we start the show, we talk about hip hop. All right, we're gonna talk about the baby. The baby did 19,000 the first week. Now, you guys know that supposedly the baby has been canceled from the remarks that he made on stage about AIDS victims, and he just went in. You know what I mean? And he was a little harsh when he went in like that, but we got to cancel culture at this point. Me, myself, I'm tired of cancel culture. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? So the baby did 19,000 the first week. The baby's been going hard too. If you don't know, the baby's been doing freestyles, you know, and them freestyles has been super hard. I'm not gonna lie, the man definitely knows how to rap. All right, so shout out to the baby and all that, man. And these days and times, it's not so much about the album sales. Not to say that album sales are obsolete, because people definitely want to see those numbers when you talk about album sales, right?
Of course.
But a lot of this stuff is based off of streaming at this point. So when you're looking at an artist and his sales, a lot of it is based off of streaming at this point. Ever since streaming has been introduced to the industry, to the whole music industry as a whole. And the past few years, this is what's been carrying the artists, is streams that they're getting. That's what's carrying the artists, not so much as record sales.
And performances.
Well, you know, performances have always been the most relevant, but performances doesn't contribute to sales.
Yeah,
you know? Now, it makes people want to go buy your product, though.
But
I'll admit that.
But his performances was a large chunk of his revenue.
No. Facts, though. That part. He got canceled from a lot of festivals after that event. So that affected his money. And most rap artists, not just rap artists, music artists, period, they get their money off of doing shows. All right. So that definitely affected the baby's pocket.
That's when that streaming ain't streaming that good that month or that week or that year. You know what I'm saying? You could go perform and go get that money and you could do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Save that money up and still have a decent life. You know, but like we say, that cancel culture it's getting real crazy and ridiculous right now. It's getting crazy.
Nah, definitely, man. We got to cancel culture at this point, man. Because now they starting to attack some of my favorite people. All right, and that's a segue. We are gonna go into Dave Chappelle. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
look like they're attempting to cancel Dave Chappelle, and it's not the first time. All right, so we know that Dave Chappelle is that dude. He's a rebel. So shout out to Dave Chappelle, one of my favorite comedians. And I will admit this: I didn't like Dave Chappelle at first. He got the white man voice. I used to think Dave Chappelle was corny, right? Until I started seeing Half Baked, start seeing his movies, and then when I seen that whole fiasco when he dropped that comedy special that everybody came to love, when he was doing imitating Rick James and all this Rick James, man, you know what I mean? All that.
The Dave Chappelle show.
Dave Chappelle show, that part. So shout out to Dave Chappelle. We all gonna speak about Dave Chappelle right after this, talking about album sales. So let's go into Kodak Black. Kodak Black drop. I don't know. Do you know how much he sold first week for Kodak Black? I think it was around 50 or 40.
I think it was like 50 to 40 in the first week, just like you said. I think it's like 50
it was 40 to 50. So Kodak Black did some numbers too, and shout out to Kodak Black. It looks like he's satisfied his contractual obligations towards to his last label. I think he was signed to Atlantic.
Yes,
he was originally signed to Atlantic, and he's going to another label. But he satisfied his contractual obligations.
Contract, so we don't know what his next move is to
be
independent, or we don't know. You know, if we're gonna link up. So,
that part.
But shouts out to Kodak, man, for handling this business properly, man, and doing what he have to do. And he going to the next level.
Now Drake, we know Drake. On to Drake. We know Drake had dropped with 21 Savage. Obviously, we've been speaking about that for the past 2 weeks, and I think they went upwards from 200 to 300,000 records first week.
Right.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, it was you know, that's Drake. That's expected. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful number, especially for in the streaming era to come out with 200,000. Even for Kodak to come out with 40,000, 50,000 records in this first week in this streaming era. It's a beautiful number, man. It's an actual beautiful number.
Nah, great definitely. Numbers. And now he's known to do those numbers, so he's consistent with what he actually does. Now, Drake. They said Drake signed a $500 million deal.
$500 million distribution deal. Universal.
500 million. So that's what he's screaming right now. All right. So low key, like I said, I think we spoke about that last week too. He might be low key a billionaire at this point. They're screaming that Drake is a billionaire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's worth $1 billion. If he don't have the actual cash put in the bank, I'm pretty sure he's worth $1 billion right now. Or more.
That part.
Much more than $1 billion right now. On his way to $1.5 billion at least.
That part. Definitely, man. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake, shout out to 21, shout out to Kodak, shout out to the baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a hip hop baby, so I like all those artists and all. And like I said, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. We just here to bring the message, all right?
That's it. That's it.
Let's go into this. Now, we're done with the hip hop sales. That's it with the hip hop sales. Let's move on to our next subject. Let's talk about Dave Chappelle.
Right.
All right. So you guys know we've been speaking about Kanye for the past few weeks. The whole world's been speaking about Kanye. Shout out to Kanye West and all that. All right. Dave Chappelle was on SNL, Saturday Night Live, in which Dave Chappelle, he was speaking about the whole Kanye situation. And he definitely spoke about the Jewish community. All right. Now, I don't want to misquote him and stuff like that, but he definitely was siding with Kanye with some of his remarks, right? He was saying there's a lot of communities that you talk about, but one community that you do not talk about is the Jewish community. So even me, I'm scared at this point to even be talking about what I'm talking about right now. Even they got me scared. You heard me?
Right.
So this is only our 9th episode. So I'm not trying to get banned, canceled, none of that. All right. Like I said, we the fastest up and coming podcast, and we are gonna separate ourselves from the rest of the podcast. You got me looking over my
shoulder now.
All right.
Straight up.
So with that being said, Dave Chappelle spoke about this, and I don't know what the gentleman's name is, but somebody came out. They're trying to cancel Dave Chappelle at this point.
And let me tell you this. Let me tell you why. To back up what you're saying, brother, I honestly look at Dave Chappelle as one of the greatest comedians to ever do it right now at this point. Because the way that monologue and everything he presented it, he did it in such a form and a fashion of. And this is why I could quote. He actually, when he started the monologue, he brought out his piece of paper. He said, "Oh, before I start this, I have something to say." He opened up his letter and say, "What I'm about to say is in no form or fashion against the Jewish community or anti-Semitic remarks I'm about to make." You feel what I'm saying? And he closed that back up. And then he said, "See, Kanye, that's how you buy yourself some time." You understand what I'm saying? And it's all on how you present this is a man who has his job is actually harder than Kanye's job. Actually harder, because he actually has to make everybody laugh, from gay, black, white, Chinese, Jewish, don't care what culture you are. If he could find you as a Haitian and find something as you as a Haitian that will make you upset about yourself, but he can make you laugh and be like, it ain't that serious.
It's the art of comedy.
It's the art of how you introduce it. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle is the master of that. He is not like some of the rest of these comedians that bow down to what they say, the days, you know what I'm saying? The days of the industry, because
you know how they do.
You know how they do, you know. So now when he actually learned how to maneuver through that, it makes the other outsiders look like, oh, this one is anti-Semitic. This one doesn't know how to play along for the ride. Oh, why this one is an Uncle Tom? You know what I'm saying? They give so much. It's so much, man. It's just, like I say, Dave Chappelle, I salute him. He got one of the hardest jobs in the world. And he just said, at the end of the monologue, he said, "I love the people. I do this for the people. I do this for the laughs. I do this for everybody. I do this but freedom of speech doesn't exist no more. And it's getting harder and harder for me to do this job."
That part.
For him as a comedian to say that, come on, man. He's supposed to make the world laugh.
Facts, because comedians, so comedians are the people that get away with talking about politics, right? So as of the past few years, comedians have been censored to the extreme. So this is what he's saying. So this is a case of the same thing. They're trying to cancel him once again. See, comedians like, especially Chris Rock. Chris Rock is another one that I used to think Chris Rock was corny, right? Because they more appeal to white America, right? They're more white America comedy. But at the same time, I was doing myself the injustice because I wasn't doing my homework on these guys. And these guys are, no matter what their agenda is, these guys are point blank funny. Chris Rock is funny, all right? And when I really came to appreciate Chris Rock is his political jokes. In the political realm, this man gets away with some things. So it's through the satire, it's through the comedy that they're able to deliver a message in a thick, in a tense climate. When you're talking about the certain politics, right? They're able to deliver this message, though how crazy the environment might be at the time, talking about certain things, they're able to sneak in their opinion through comedy. And usually their opinion is similar to how we feel in the general public. So that's what's so amazing about it. It's like they're speaking for us, but they are speaking for us.
Not to cut you off, brother, but I want to ask you a question. Do you think this has anything to do with the slap that was heard around the world with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock for saying something about this man's wife? Literally just speaking out his mind, just doing a joke on stage, literally in front of millions of people. Everybody else in the crowd was laughing, but this man had the audacity to get up out of his chair because he feel he's bigger than everybody else. Is it because his status quo? Is it because I guarantee if it was the little man in the back row, he couldn't be able to even make it up to that stage. They would have tackled him, tased him, shot him, then they drug him out.
What you saying? What do you mean? What does that have to do with the
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Why was he able to walk on stage and do something of that discretion and that gets covered up? You know what I'm saying? That literally got covered up. We don't even think about Will walking on stage. Smith? Yeah, slapping on.
No, because you remember that's the same thing that Kanye West is talking about. When it comes to black on black violence, we're never going to get canceled for black on black
This is what
violence.
I'm trying to say.
So when it comes to us destroying our own community, we're never going to get canceled. If anything, we're going to get put on display, right?
Yes.
And they're going to exploit us and how we attack each other. But when it comes to their race, now it's something totally different.
It's covered. Everything is covered. Everything is covered. The days got their situation under wraps perfectly when we are their advertisement on everything. On everything. The things we're wearing, that's why I wear our clothing brand. Our clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? I like this stuff too. I like some of their stuff too, but R is where it needs to be. Until we understand our situation, how are we gonna live with they?
Well, with that being said, you see Kanye West with Adidas. They say Adidas is in a crisis right now.
Of course.
I'm seeing all over the internet. They're saying Adidas is in a crisis right now because Kanye was responsible for bringing almost half of their revenue, right?
1.5 billion.
Yes, and their projected sales for the next few years, according to their contract. So now they're in trouble.
Yeah,
Adidas is officially in trouble. Now the whole thing is about with Kanye is he needs to open up his own factory. Now I'm not sure how. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that at this point. Because that's not simple, just opening a factory. It's easier said than done, right? But that is the last step of freedom to open. We don't own our own factories. Once we're able to manufacture our own goods, it's a rizzy. All we gotta do is find distribution after that. But when it comes to just and it could be one-on-one sales. You can actually be sending them out to people. Yeah. And the thing is with Kanye is one of the most supported. Shout out to Check Boy Zoe in the building.
Shout out Check Boy Zoe. You already know. Love,
G. Now, like I said, that's the last frontier that black people have we got to start manufacturing our own goods, right? So black people, we're used to sell our products. We're the perfect salesman. We're the perfect marketing tool, right? If we find it to be cool, the rest of the races find it to be cool. Let's be clear. Black people, we are the salt of the earth, right? When it comes to dancing, when it comes to entertainment, all right? When it comes to clothing, how to dress, all of the fashion industry, they have to follow the inner city. They have to follow what's going on in the black inner city. Right.
Even when it comes down to tasting the taste of a food, you know what I'm saying? They love the essence of it.
Well, you got to remember, when it comes to, remember, they used to travel to Africa for spices and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we're the educators and we also the salt of the earth. Like I said, we provide the fashion, we provide the style, we're the biggest consumers. We're so much of a contribution to the rest of the world. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, we don't own no industry. At the same time, we don't have no factories. At the same time, we don't have no control. And Kanye showed that.
Yeah.
Right?
And if we stop today, the world will stop today.
Facts.
Believe it or not.
Facts. Let me tell you something. If we wasn't here, this world would be dull. It would not be the greatest place to live if we wasn't here, if we wasn't contributing what we contribute. Though they don't put that on display, we have to know that. We have to consciously know that we are the salt of the earth, all right? We're the curators, all right? We lead in fashion. When it comes to fashion, it's not a coincidence that, let me say something, man. I'm gonna start cooking. Listen.
Right.
It's not a coincidence that Kanye West rose to the top of the fashion industry. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that we're the top sports players. It's not a coincidence that we perform at the level that we perform at. Right. Now, there's certain categories that you see that we're not performing. It's not due to us. It's the fact that they don't give us an even playing field. They don't allow us to compete in those categories. If they gave us an even playing field and let us compete in certain categories, we would run those categories too. There's a big misconception that we're only sports players. We're only good at rapping. We're only good for entertainment. That's a big misconception. Big, because remember, keep in mind, at one point in this country, we wasn't even allowed to read in this country. Let's just make that clear. We wasn't even allowed to read. We wasn't even allowed to enter to certain schools, and certain schools had better education, better resources, better books, all right, better teachings. Okay. So now, like I said, once they even the playing field, we as black people, you're gonna see us rise in other categories. We're no longer gonna be considered just athletes. We're no longer gonna be considered just fashion. We're no longer just going to be considered just good entertainment, all right? Give us a fighting chance in other categories. Give us the same resources that y'all got. And watch us create our own Elon Musk.
Of course.
And watch us perform as doctors and scientists and all other sophisticated careers. We're gonna rise in all those categories once they even the playing field. Once they allow us to have the same resources, give us access to the same education that you got. Give us access to the same institutions that you have where you receive your education, and watch us rise in that category. There's a big misconception that we're just athletes, entertainers. That's the biggest misconceptions I ever heard, right? It's to the point that they allowed us to flourish in those areas to the point now our kids, they think that that's the only way to be successful. Oh man, I gotta be a rapper. Oh man, I gotta play sports. Or if I can't rap, I can't play sports. I'm gonna have to sell drugs.
Not to cut you off, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
Cut you off. But this is what you just spoke on the other day. You know what that is? That's when you content.
Yeah, we became content because at the end of the day, they're not giving us examples. Young Don in the building. Shout out to Young Don in the building. You know they're not giving us examples. They're not giving us examples of they're not giving us examples. We don't have those examples of great of sophisticated people.
A lot of us, brother, got programmed to be content by they. And just like you say, it's gonna take brothers like you, it's gonna take brothers like me to de-content our mindset from these things, to know that we can actually do something. You know what I'm saying? To know that we can actually have a fighting chance. Once you wake up and you got breath in your body, you have a fighting chance to do something great.
Well, you can't suppress something for too long. You can't suppress it. We're waking up right now. We are waking up right now. The world is waking up. Trust me. They're not going to keep us down for too long. What happens when you slam a basketball? The harder you slam a basketball down, the harder that shit bounce back higher. Higher. So the more they suppress us, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's physics, my friend. All right. So eventually that same impact is going to go in the other way. The same way they're suppressing us, as fast as we're going to explode. Shout out to Tosh in the building. All right.
Shout out to Tosh.
I want to read off her comments since she just jumped in the building. Shout out to Tosh. You know, we always need that feminine. She give us that feminine point of view. And that's what I appreciate her for. Katherine Johnson name is now well known as one of NASA hidden figures, African-American woman whose pioneering work was a key part of our success in space. That part.
Okay. That beautiful.
Part.
What happened?
Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot Tosh for just bringing that to your attention. Don't shoot the messenger.
Hey, man. And remember, this is what I learned in school. I'm pretty sure you learned this in school. What happened to George Washington Carver? The man who made 1,000 uses for peanuts. That man made peanut butter. That's how we get
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what we bring to the table
right now.
No.
And we don't even own that.
Facts.
We don't even own that.
We definitely, all of our inventions have been stolen from us, or we didn't get credit for it. Same thing as stealing. And other people, they patent our inventions, right? They take credit for our inventions.
That's the key word.
Thomas Edison took a lot of credit for it. Thomas Edison was not no scientist. He took a lot of credit for other people's work. That's a fact, though.
You know why? Because he had the bag.
Yeah. He was funding a lot of programs, right? And then he was same thing. He funded Tesla, and he promised Tesla some money, and he never paid Nikola Tesla. He never paid him actually, but he promised him that he was going to give him some money for his inventions, right? Because remember, he created Nikola Tesla created AC current, all right, alternating current. That was not the means of how Thomas Edison was going about it, right? So, like I said, man, give us a fighting chance, even if playing field, and watch us how we go. Just like Tosh said, we're gonna run NASA. Let me tell you something. We as black people, dog, we got so much potential ahead of us. Like it's crazy how we suppress. It's crazy how we can perform. Now, imagine this. Imagine if they equal the playing field and we're able to perform in the academic level. Imagine if we're able to perform. So you're telling me we're basically gonna overshadow everyone. I'm just being honest with you. We're gonna overshadow a lot of. I'm not even go so deep into that, but definitely we're gonna overshadow a lot of people.
It's gonna
a lot of different cultures.
We can't. Exactly. That's why I was going to clean up what you say. We can't say, because we all bring something to the table.
Facts.
We
Chinese,
all bring something
Asian,
to the table.
white, black,
We
everybody
can
brings
learn
something to
from
the table.
each other. Everybody can learn from each other. But
I agree.
Our knowledge of ourselves has been so suppressed. We don't know who we are. We trying to find out who we are. And we think, oh, we're in the state that we're in, this country that we're actually in, that we live in. This is who we are, and we're not, because it's a part of a cancel culture. You feel what I'm saying? So are we the cancel culture, or what are we? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living like I'm part of this cancel culture, because I am being canceled out. Me and my kind is being canceled out every day. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how I look, or just because I ain't appealed to them that day. I'm
Facts.
being canceled out.
That part, I agree with you. So that's why I'm screaming. This is a campaign. You guys are gonna hear me campaign a lot on this podcast. I let them know we the one that's waking up the community. This podcast, Don't Shoot the Messenger. All right, episode 109. All right, Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode 109. Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode 109. So what does that mean? We have 8 episodes prior to this. Make sure you guys are going on YouTube to check out the rest of the episodes. Like I said, I leave this up for the weekend. The last episode, I left it up into Tuesday, right? So I was just being gracious. But this time, I'm taking it down on Monday. So if you guys want to see this episode, you guys got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Anybody that's on this channel right now should be subscribed to my YouTube channel, L.O.T.S Approved Media, where you can see Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast at, all right? And with that being said, we need to stop trying to be so cool, right? Black community, we the coolest in the world. We're always gonna be the coolest. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I gotta self-proclaim this. You know, I can't water it down. I have to speak up for my people. But we're definitely not trying to alienate no other people. But we have to get back in our original position, all right? And with that being said, we got to stop making nerds not cool. We need more nerds in our community. Like I said last episode, we need more nerds. So we need to stop ridiculing our nerds. All right, because it's the nerds that's contributing to science, to technology, and other areas that's basically giving our community more attributes, allowing us to contribute more to the world in its entirety. All right, we need to big up. We need to big up our nerds, man.
Hey,
stop ridiculing. Like we need to stop. Like if you see kids bullying nerds, cut that out, bro.
Hey,
cut it out. You don't have to be the flyest when you're in elementary. You don't got to be the flyest in high school. You can get fly when you're 30, 40. All right, when you're in your late 20s. All right, in the beginning, your first 20 years on this planet, you should be sharpening your mind and getting your education right. All right.
Exactly.
So these are the people that's going to change. The reason why we're doing this, because these people are the ones that are going to change society, change the structure of society, the structure of how we deal with things in civilization. They're going to contribute to civilization. So like I said, when I'm telling y'all, don't shoot the messenger, please stop shooting down our nerds. All right. Stop ridiculing our nerds. The coolest kids in the class that's making all the jokes in the back of the class, that's cool. But a lot of those kids, it's because they're misguided. A lot of those kids, listen, idle mind is a devil's workshop, all right? So it's a lot of idolism. A lot of those kids don't have fathers growing up. I ain't grow up with no father growing up. So I was one of those kids that was clowning in the class. Though I was smart, I still was around in the class being a comedian and shit and disrupting the class. That's what I used to do, right? At the same time, you see the nerds was trying to educate themselves and I was interrupting the nerds from educating themselves. I apologize. I apologize for that because our community is lacking. When you're talking about nerds, we need to big up our nerds. Trust me, they have all the time in the world to be cool. When you're 30 and you sitting on M's, sitting on millions, mafia, you sitting on them M's, yeah, yo. You see that M stand for a lot of different things. When you're sitting on them M's, then you have all the time to be the coolest person in the world. Because guess what? What they gonna follow? The money. You're gonna get all the women you want when your money right. All right. And you can learn how you can gain swag later in life. You're gonna be able to purchase the finest of fabrics, all right, and have your Louis Vuittons, your Balenciagas, your Fendi's and your Gucci's and all these different luxury brands. You're gonna have time to purchase and your panda life, that part, and L.O.T.S approved apparel, that part.
You feel me?
All right. So big up to all the nerds, then, man. Shout out to the cool kids, because nothing wrong with being a cool kid, but let's stop ridiculing our nerds. All right. We need those in the community. We need those.
Them. Yeah, amen. Right? Blessings.
So now we moving along, man. Oh yeah, one thing also about Dave Chappelle. Keep in mind, Dave Chappelle turned down 50 million. All right. Yeah, so you see Dave Chappelle speaking up for Kanye West, he's definitely been around the rodeo before. All right. Yeah. So They need to cut it out, man. I love Dave Chappelle. I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is something big. Darrell Brooks, Mr. Darrell Brooks. Let's talk about Mr. Darrell Brooks. Moving along. All right. Darrell Brooks. All right. Darrell Brooks is the black dude that was there was like I forgot, I don't know what was going on. It was a concert, a festival. I don't know where he was at, what was going on, but he was amongst a crowd of people, and to the point where he started running over innocent people. Yeah. Now, this dude, he killed 6 people and he injured over 60 people. All right. Now, he was in court the other day. His name is Darrell Brooks. He was in court the other day. Obviously, they found him guilty. But it's the funny thing. Brooks was in there representing himself. He was in court representing himself and stuff like that. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but he definitely, it's a shot in the dark. At the end of the day, he knows he was going to get, charged for it. He knows he's going to get charged. Yeah. He knows he was not going to beat that case. So he just had to go out in style, right? Yeah. When you're in that position, more than likely, he didn't have no private lawyer. So if you don't have a private lawyer, sometimes you're even better off. Though it sounds crazy, you better off representing yourself, to be honest with you. Because when you have a government-provided lawyer, they are working in cahoots with the state. Keep that in mind. That's why they call them state pretenders. All right? State defender, that's a state
public
pretender. Public pretender. All right? So the public pretender, they're working in cahoots with the state. A lot of times you see lawyers when they're bargaining with the state. Literally, this is how it goes. Yo, you gave me the last case. You owe me one. You could be just a sacrifice for the prior case, right?
Sacrificial lamb.
You're a sacrificial lamb. They're making deals based off of prior cases. It has nothing necessarily to do with you. It doesn't automatically have to do with you. It doesn't have to do with you. It doesn't have to deal with you in your entirety of your case, right?
Exactly.
It could be something, a prior case prior before, where he owes him a favor. And the favor might be to get you off on the case or get your charges reduced. Or it might say, you know what? I need him. We need him.
Yeah, we need him.
We got to take him to custody. We got to hit him with these these years.
We got to get him, and I'll get you this one next time around.
Facts. That's how it goes. All right.
Be so like, wow, we are the new baseball cards and football cards and basketball cards for the state and the public defender.
I like where you put that. That's a dope analogy. All right. So that's what's going on. It's a bargaining table. When you're in court, just recognize when you're in court, that is a bargaining table. All right. The judges are in cahoots with the state and the public defenders. All right. They're all in cahoots. Now, sometimes, once in a while, you'll have a state defender. It's rare, but he might be in your best interest, right? Because some of them are rebellious and some of them
some of them are young and new. That's
in my case, I had a black man that was an older gentleman. Some of them plan on going private anyway, so they don't plan on working for the state. Right. But see, the problem with the state defenders, a lot of them are trying to become DA. They want to be prosecutors and stuff like
district
that.
Attorneys and stuff like that.
They want to be judges, so that's why they're working in cahoots with the district attorneys. All right. So that's a bargain table. So Darrell Brooks, basically, he got. This is the funny thing. Darrell Brooks got 6 consecutive life sentences, right? Now, with that being said, before I even get into that, I think the judge had kicked him out of the room because he was disturbing the courtroom at one point. So the judge allowed him to come back inside the courtroom, right? Now, as the judge is reading off the charges, and this is hilarious. I'm about to get into the charges. As the judge is reading off the charges, Darrell Brooks had this paper in his hand. He was going back and forth with this paper. Now, I was under the interpretation that he's trying to fool the judge. He's trying to act like he's not in his right state of mind. And I think he tried that, but it didn't work to his defense. The judge found him to be what do you call it? When they call it when you have all your screws? Competent.
Competent. You're competent to stand trial.
Yes. He deemed them competent
to stand trial. Right.
So with that being said, the judge allowed him back inside the courtroom. And then he went to waving his paper. So he's trying to wave the paper, trying to give the impression that he's lost his mind, what have you. But the funny thing was, he didn't open his mouth not one time. So I like to say some people are crazy, but they ain't stupid. It's a big difference between crazy and stupid. You see, Kanye West, people say he's bipolar, but Kanye West is not flipping out on his family members. I don't see him just out of nowhere just start cursing out his family members. There's always something that's significant, something that's factual behind it. There's something that's valid. There's something valid behind his ploy. behind his objective. There's something valid behind it. It's never out of nowhere with Kanye West is just not. Most people I know bipolar, they get mad over the simplest, tiniest things. And that's not what I'm seeing in Kanye West's case. So when the people are saying Kanye West is not in his right state of mind, he's crazy, he's bipolar, or he need to be on his meds. Kanye West, I think he hasn't been on his meds for over like 5-7 years. I think he said 2015 or 16 was the last time he was on his meds. So with that being said, Kanye West, he doesn't want to take that medicine because once you take that medicine, it makes you start moving slower, right? And mentally, you'll never be the same after you take so much of that crazy juice. You're not going to be the same. So that's what Kanye is running from. All right. So shout out to Kanye West. And like I said, Darrell Brooks, he got sentenced 6 consecutive life sentences. Not concurrent, consecutive. Yeah. All right. And the judge read out every single sentence back to back. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Though the matter was not funny, shout out to everybody that was involved in that situation. Condolences to all the victims that were involved in that situation. Because ain't nobody laughing about that. What bruh did was foul. All right, beyond foul, for lack of a better term. It was malicious. All right. Lack of a better term, because I know there's even worse words. I wish I could find the words, because it was worse than malicious what he did. All right, because he killed 6 people back to back and injured 60.
Yeah, that was atrocious, man. That was
atrocious. I like that. I can run with that. Atrocious. All right. So with that being said, he got 6 consecutive life sentences, and then he got 17 years and a half, damn near, for every person that he injured in that process. All right. So there was 60 other people.
I think that was like almost a 700 or a 70 something.
It was 700. I got it written down here. Wait one moment. I got it here. I did the math, because once I was thinking, I was thinking like this, like, okay, we used to live for 1,000 years. So at first, I was telling my dog, I'm like, damn, even if he was a human from back in the day, he still wouldn't see he still wouldn't see the daylight. But when I did the calculations, he probably would have had 100 years left on Earth if he was living to 1,000.
A little bit of time left. He probably would have been crawling, but he would have had
all right. So he received 6 consecutive life sentences with an additional 762 years in prison. 762 additional, 6 life sentences with an additional 762 years in prison.
Is that even? Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
I guess it's appropriate. It's appropriate for the law, but to actually see that on paper, be like, come on, bro, you ain't gonna live this season.
It was ridiculous. It was dull. It was like, gotta remember, she called out every single year. Like she called out each
every single name. Person, victim,
rightfully
living
so,
or dead.
All due respect.
Yes.
Facts. She called out every single person that was a victim to Darrell Brooks. So that alone took about 30 minutes, just hearing the shout out every single person, right? And rightfully so, like I said, condolences to all family members that lost people in that or were injured in that event, right? But she called out every single victim, and it was to the point, like I was like, damn, what was she like? I get it, but it didn't make no sense at the end of the day. Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm gonna be real with you. If you ask me, it didn't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
It not make no sense, but it still makes sense. Because why? Remember when them Stoneman Douglas kids got killed? Every single one of them had to get called out, even the ones that got injured. The 17 that got killed and the 17 that got injured. You see me? So that had I guess it's their way of what we saying, solidifying justice, I guess, when they call these people names. You know what I mean? I already know it's a bit much, but justice will never be done once he wasn't sentenced to death. You know what I mean? So sentencing a man to 760 something years. Yeah, man, I don't get that part. I
didn't get it. And the whole thing was, okay, even if she would have gave out a 17, but it's the way she just read out loud all the years, consecutive. Like, even she was like, okay, I'm giving you 7. The last one, this is the irony. This is the funny thing. And she gave him an additional 9 months. She said, you're getting 9 months for this. So reading off all these charges, it was like, okay, I get the impression you're trying to leave. I understand the embarrassment that you're trying to make this man endure. I get it. but it was ridiculous.
That man probably went to sleep on them charges.
He was actually like, he appeared to be sleeping, because you
not
know
at all.
when you go into court, you sleeping. You listen, when you go into court, when you in jail and you go into court, you on the paddy wagon. You know what I mean? You're not getting no sleep. You're going from facility to facility. You're sleeping standing up half the time, or sleeping sitting down. You're not getting comfortable
early in the morning.
Early 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, getting woken up to go to court. All right. And like I said, you're on the back of that paddy wagon, constantly in uncomfortable, handcuffed in an uncomfortable position, sitting in an uncomfortable position, sleeping in an uncomfortable position, constantly. You're getting like little spurts of sleep, little glimpses of sleep. You're sleeping for like, literally stand up, sleeping for like 10 minutes and waking back up. That part. So that's the excruciating experience that you experience when you go into court, when you're incarcerated. All right. So that's ridiculous, man. Darrell Brooks, but at the same time, like I said, condolences to all the victims. Darrell Brooks, hey brother, you definitely not gonna see the light of day.
Yeah,
no
man.
time soon.
No time for you, man. I mean, all the time for you, but no time soon.
All right, so now let's move along, bro.
Yeah.
All right. I want to get into some politics right now. All right, we're gonna talk about the government. We're gonna talk about the Republicans versus the Democrats. You heard? So you already know it's a Democrat. It's a Democrat thing right now. Well, it looks like the Republicans narrowly win House, ending the Democratic control of Congress.
Wow.
All right. Wow. So basically, the Democrats are no longer controlling Congress. Congress is in the hands of the Republican.
So Kamala Harris made that happen.
Hey, well, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know about governments, and I know things are voted in, but it's still politics. You're talking about not just politics, it's called politics.
Yeah, and I know she was supposed to be the deciding vote who has the House.
Oh.
So that's why I'm like, she was the one vote that was going to make it either a Democrat or Republican.
See, now Tosh said Democrats control the Senate still. Remember, Congress is the one that passes all the laws. Now, you guys might be more familiar with that more than me, right? The last time I checked, I thought laws have to go through the Democrats, but Tosh says no.
They got to go through the House.
Huh?
I think they got to go through the House.
Like, well, Tosh said no, but last time I checked, Congress, but Senate has obviously a big contribution in it. We talking about the decisions being made with the government, obviously. But I was told Congress.
The Congress, that's when you present the bill.
Yeah, because Congress is the one that shuts it down. Like when you're trying to like for example, if they're trying to send money to the Ukraine, Congress can shut that down.
No, that's just the bit. That's just your idea. Do you understand what I'm saying, brother?
Elaborate for me.
Just all right.
Educate me, my brother.
All right, just put it like this. I want to do a car wash. Okay. I will give you the permission to do the car wash. You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah. They approved. It has to get approved.
They approved, but now it's on you to get the car wash.
No, I get that part. No, I get that part. I'm just saying, yeah, but you're gonna push through with it. If you brought it to get voted on, basically once Congress gives you that green light, it's a go.
But
because
now,
remember, you got people behind it that are waiting for that to happen. You already have the funds for it.
Now, how we gonna get this car wash together? We got to get this.
No, that's already remember, that's already organized. When you talking about these people already have developed a budget for just in case this ballot is it goes in, right? And it's approved. They already have this organized. They already have the money organized, that part. They're just looking for the green light.
It ain't even the money part. You're right. It's not the money part. It's the working hands towards everything, that the pieces that need for them to have that seat what they
already have all that. They have all that organized. So they're just waiting for the green light, and Congress is the one that gets that green light. They already have all that organized. They already have their people already funding it. They already have their resources set. So they don't approach Congress until they have all the ducks aligned. When they have all their ducks aligned, that's when they approach Congress.
Wonderful.
All right, let me read this out right quick. All right, so because they're helping us out right now, Planet. They're helping us out, the comment section. You guys know I don't know everything about the government, so I need you guys to chime in so you guys can educate me. Sometimes I need to be educated. The messenger, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. All right, so with that being said, Todd, the Don Dada. Shout out to Todd. First, a bill goes to the House of Representatives.
Right.
If it passes in the House, then it goes to the Senate.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the House of Representatives? We get educated today.
Yeah, we definitely is.
So how is it that Congress is the one? So I'm confused. You guys are confusing me right now.
Not
So what part does Congress play in this? Because Congress is not the okay, that is the House of Representatives. That's Congress, right? All right. So with that being said, now we're getting somewhere. All right, the House of Representatives, that's Congress. All right. If it passes in the House, then it goes to the Senate. Oh, okay. All right, we getting some clarity here because I know the Senate does play a role because that's all I hear is about Congress and the Senate when they're trying to pass a bill. Definitely. And I'm still gonna educate myself even more. And I appreciate you guys for educating me. Like I said,
we have to. We have
family. This is a community here.
That's the same thing we was talking about. If we don't acknowledge ourselves, how they're gonna keep control over us, bro. If we don't fix our own problems from now, if we don't educate ourselves, they always gonna have the knowledge over us where we don't even know what to do with ourselves.
Facts though. Facts though.
Man.
I agree with that. Let me see what Tosh said.
Shouts out to you for admitting we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. My brother is not perfect. We just on here trying to bring the message.
Oh no, let me tell you something. A wise man.
Don't shoot the messenger. Please don't. Please don't.
Listen, with that being said, guys, if you don't know, let me introduce myself. They call me SpongeBob, all right? I'm SpongeBob, right? You know SpongeBob, he got that doofy look sometimes, you know? He's giggling and just happy and shit. But don't forget what SpongeBob is made of.
A sponge.
He's a sponge. I soak up knowledge, all right? Though I might not know everything, but let me say this also. A wise man knows he knows nothing. Once you start acting like you know everything, that's when you prove that you're dumb.
You're stupid.
All right? A wise man knows he knows nothing. I'm just SpongeBob. So you guys can educate me too. I'm here for it. All right.
Of course.
Let me see what Tasha said here. Tasha got something to say. All right. Tasha said also with the House, the Republicans got the majority of the House seats. It was not Kamala Harris. They got the 218 seats to win.
They also, actually did? Oh my gosh. Wow.
Nah, it's definitely the Republicans, man. Republicans on the go. And the funny thing is, this is a segue because we about to go into Donald Trump. We about to speak about Donald Trump, and we might as well speak about Joe Biden behind that, right? Let's just have that whole segment there. And she also said Congress enacts laws that influence the daily lives of all Americans and is in standing to serve as the voice of the people. Its responsibilities include funding the government functions and programs, holding the hearings to inform the legislative process, and oversight of the executive branch. All right, so I will believe that's the definition. Thank you, Tosh.
Okay, thank you.
That part. So now, with that being said, you guys know Trump is running for president in 2024. Trump is running for president. Gunshots.
Allegedly.
If you don't know. Nah, ain't no alleged. There's no alleged on this one, all right? Trump is running for president 2024.
Gunshot for the boy Trump. Leg it up.
Gunshots for that one there. Gunshots.
All
right? No
Trump.
pun intended. All right? Not meaning to shoot Trump. We definitely don't mean that. All right?
No.
It's just a saying, right? So now, you guys, Trump running for presidency. All right. And Trump said some disparaging things. All right.
Disparaging. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. My dog.
All right. Trump basically said that he's voting for, he wants to be put this into law. He wants to put this into effect. He wants all drug dealers to face the death penalty. Let me repeat this. Don't shoot the messenger. Please don't shoot the messenger. Check this out. Trump said he wants all drug dealers to face the death penalty.
Wow.
Now you guys know when you talk about drugs, this is not the irony, but this is what's foul about the whole idea of it. And I'm pretty sure you guys are starting to formulate the same thoughts of what I'm about to say, right? But I'm gonna say it for you guys. We are the voice of the people. All right? Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. You know the CIA flooded the black community with drugs, right? To bring down the Black Panthers, the whole Black Panther, the black movement, right? So now we were sabotaged. You guys brought drugs into our communities, right? You took out all of our black leaders. You guys put us at an economical disadvantage. Then you got somebody like Trump considering to introduce the death penalty to all drug dealers. We are the drug dealers of America, though we're not the top drug dealers.
We don't make
the pharmaceutical, they the top drug dealers.
We don't make the drugs.
I ain't gonna go deep into that. All right. Like I told you, it's one of the most dangerous podcasts. This is one of the most dangerous podcasts. If you guys listen, you guys gonna hear we one of the most dangerous podcasts out here. All right. So with that being said, we don't make the drugs, like Planet just said. All right. Like my brother just said, we do not make the drugs. All right. And we initially did not bring drugs into our community. We were they were placed in our community systematically, all right?
Exactly.
To bring down our leaders, to bring down our black organizations that were helping us in our best interest as a black community, all right, across America. Drugs were used to bring down the Black Panthers.
Bring down black homes anyway. Just tear down black homes,
destroy black
fathers from their mothers, babies from their fathers, daughters from it was just a horrible situation, man. It's still going on to this day.
Facts. So if you're going to introduce the death penalty, who's going to be mostly affected by it? It doesn't take a genius. And shout out to genius, though. No pun intended. Shout out to genius in the building. You heard? But who's going to be affected by it the most? Obviously, we're going to be affected by the most if he wants to give the death penalty to all drug dealers. Now, you guys keep in mind, I'm not an advocate of drugs, right? I want drugs to be removed from the black community also. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, because I feel like sometimes we too much materialize. Even though I feel like we can create our own sources of income. We don't have to resort to selling drugs. All right, don't shoot the messenger. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So I'm not an advocate of selling drugs, right? But at the same time, that's not the right approach. The death penalty definitely is not the right approach, because at the end of the day, you guys introduced it to our community. So now you guys sabotage us, and now you guys are going to capitalize off of us by killing us. That makes no sense. That makes no sense, and that's malicious right there. And what was the word you used? What was the word you used earlier?
Atrocious.
That's atrocious. All right? Atrocious. Like my brother said, atrocious, all right? So stop it, Trump. Man, stop it, my brother. Stop it.
Trump. Nah, that's just like we reversing the role, saying like, everybody who don't pay their taxes need to face the death penalty.
But but it's not the same. That's not even the same. Because be honest with you, if you say everybody who don't pay taxes, we as a whole, as a human race, we don't pay taxes. You got white folk that don't pay taxes. You got black people don't pay taxes. So that's a whole. But this one right here is targeting the black community. The majority of it, the majority of the people that are going to fall victim to this law are the black community.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Why does it have to affect one demographic?
Fact.
You understand what I'm saying? Why it can't affect all of us? That doesn't affect certain people.
Well, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? It affects,
yeah, I can agree with that.
It affects the people of the darker tone. You know what I mean? It don't have to be black. Anything that's other than certain skin tones, it's gonna kill us, bro. It's gonna kill us, literally.
Facts, though. So this is what's on Donald Trump's, what Kodak like to call him. This is what's on Uncle Trump's agenda. Uncle Trump. All right, so I'm on the roast with it. I'm not saying I'm voting for Trump, but I definitely don't want Biden in office. I'm gonna just like, don't shoot the messenger. Listen, please don't shoot the messenger. I don't agree with Biden. I don't agree with Biden being the president at this point, the commander in chief. I don't agree with it. All right. But at the same time, I'm gonna be real with you. Don't shoot the messenger. But I did agree a little bit with Donald Trump. A little bit, because there was a lot of money involved, a lot of money in my community, especially when Trump was in office. All right, a lot of money got distributed around when Trump was in office, right? And I love the way Trump is not so much calculated. He's not so much premeditated. Trump wears his emotion on his sleeve, so I know that whatever comes out of Trump's mouth is right then and there. It's not so much premeditated and conspired, right? So that's one thing that's what I appreciate about Trump. And also I like the way Trump does not He doesn't stick to the status quo. Trump doesn't follow. He doesn't follow the same tradition that most politicians take because he's not your conventional politician.
He's not your
right?
conventional president neither.
Facts. And
Never.
those are the things that I appreciate about Donald Trump.
Exactly.
I'm be real with you. Don't shoot the messenger. I appreciate that about Donald Trump. But now, when he spoke, okay, there's two things. Let me say there's two things that made me scared of Trump. I never used to be scared of Trump, to be honest with you. There's not, I'm Haitian. Come on, man. Napoleon Bonaparte. Come on, man. We revolutionary, we rebels. But it's in my blood. So I don't really, I'm not scared like that. But when those people jumped the White House walls, when Trump's cult following jumped the White House walls, that was the first time that I was scared of Trump's power. I argued with my homeboy one time. I said, man, the president don't got no power. I used to say the president don't have no power. But to my understanding, well, contrary to what I was believing, that's actually not true. That man has the power of influence. He had the power enough to make people jump the White House walls and start attacking the staff members in the White House. That's the first time in America that I was embarrassed. I've never been embarrassed in America like that. That was the first time that I was embarrassed to be American.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm gonna be real with you. That's the first time I was embarrassed to be an American when they were able to jump the White House walls. Because I'm like, damn, it's that easy to jump. It's that easy to take over the White House? Or that was the perception it was, because I'm pretty sure they could have eradicated that whole situation. There's no way that we're the top military force in the world. And those common people, country, hillbilly, ignorant,
remember, it's all
third grade education people were able to jump that wall and damn near take over, form a coup in our government. Because that whole display was hilarious, but that was the first time
of the land that they were able to do that. They can't create bloodshed on their own U.S. turf against own Americans. That's gonna cause the world as we know it to start. You know what I'm saying? They already looked at us after that situation like, come on, they ain't even holding it together over there in America. What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
That was embarrassing.
It's a very embarrassing moment for America. But technically, like you said, the power of influence goes so far. And I just think he actually passed, that was past presidential power. That was
that was the power. That was the power.
That
influence,
was the power
individual
of influence.
Yes,
that was actually the power of Trump. That wasn't the power of America. You know what I'm saying? That was the MAGA. That was the MAGA segment of that when Make America Great Again. Those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So when we see that come down, just like you say, it was so easy for them to jump that wall. What's them to stop the average man from jumping my wall?
Facts. That was retarded. So to me, that was planned. To me, they allowed them to jump that wall because they was trying to set an example. To me, because I know we live in the greatest country in the world. No matter what I said prior about the CIA and woo-de-woo, we still live in the best country in the world.
Of course.
I'm gonna be, listen, don't shoot the messenger. I used to be one of those people that used to down talk America. I used to be one of those people that used to down talk America.
And
then somebody had to remind me. Somebody had to remind me and bring this to my attention that you would rather live in America than any other country, my brother.
Straight up.
At least you have the so-called freedom of speech, even though it's gonna cost you at times. But technically, you have freedom of speech. You can't speak about the president. See how we so freely speaking right now? You cannot do that in other countries. So that one had to make me, I had to eat my words and I had to reassess America. And I said, you know what? We live in the best country in the world. That's a fact though. But I was embarrassed, homie. I was embarrassed when those people jumped the wall. Not the greatest military in the world. Not the world leader. Not these simpleton people, these simple people. These white supremacists, these simple-minded people, they don't study art of war.
Yeah.
These people are not strategic. They're not sophisticated warmongers.
It's somebody who strategically told them to do that. just like you said, it was somebody strategic. They are not the warmongers. It's somebody that pressed that button for them to do that. When they're screaming out, "Oh, kill Mike Pence," you looking to kill your vice president who was just in office. That man was just right there next to your favorite president. But now you ready to kill his vice president?
Yes.
Just because
and what about the
loss?
What was that lady that they had held up inside that room in the White House?
Pelosi. Pelosi. And her husband just got assaulted the other day. They ran into her house and some psycho dude assaulted her husband with a hammer. So how protected are these politicians after this Trump era?
Yeah, man, that shit was theatrical. To be real with you, it looked like a staged event. Like we was watching a Broadway show. It looked like a Broadway show, but people are being attacked. If these people would have got their hands on this lady, imagine what would have happened. And to me, dog, to be real with you, I understand that these people are responsible for passing certain laws that affect everybody. But at the same time, me living in America, I want that reassurance that we are the top military, that we cannot be penetrated in certain ways. Pause. All right. I want that reassurance as an American. Though I'm Haitian, yes, I'm Haitian, but I'm born in America. All right. And it doesn't even matter if I wasn't born or not. I'm here. I'm a citizen. Even if I just have my green card, I'm here and I appreciate the country. And I want this country to be secure. As an American citizen, I want this country to be secure. I didn't appreciate that.
And just like you said, my brother, as the country as a whole, it's good to think there, but we got to start with our communities too. Because just like I could be in Dade County and then I go to Broward County and I could see two different worlds. I literally see two different worlds. What happens in Dade, it's not going to happen in certain parts of West Broward. Facts. And on that west side of Broward, on that west side of Dade County.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen over there. What you're going to see happen over here.
So well, remember, Broward County is like an escape from Dade. Basically, Broward County was designed not to be like Dade County.
Yeah.
It was designed like that. Broward County police, even the judges know. One time I was incarcerated, right? I've been a few times, like I've told you before. I'm not scared to say it, right? I'm an education man. I'm an open book. All right. I'm very transparent. So I'm open to the people, right? Pause. Now, I was in court in Dade, and I had a Broward charge too. And the Dade County judge said, "You should fight your charge here. I don't think you want to go to Broward County because." And before she said that, she said, they was gonna extradite me to Broward. I said, nah, let me fight my case in Dade first. Let me finish my Dade County case before y'all extradite me to Broward. And the judge felt me. The judge is like, the judge told the prosecutor, Broward, you know how they play. And I'm paraphrasing. He said, I think he wants to get this charge. He needs to handle this charge first before he goes to Broward, because basically Broward's gonna hang him if he goes to Broward with a new charge. And the judge was aware of that. So, and remember, when you was in Broward and you got caught a Dade County, they found out you was from Dade County and you got caught in Broward back in the days, they would damn near hang you for that. If the police pull you over and they found out that you were a Dade County resident, you in Broward, they would give you hell for that.
Straight up.
And if you turn it around, vice versa, it's not the same. If you Broward caught in Dade, all they're going to say is, what you doing down here?
What you doing down here?
That's all they're going to say, but you're not going to get hung for that. I'm gonna be real with you. In Dade County,
they're gonna send you on your way.
Man, let me tell you something.
They're gonna send you on your way. You're gonna be like, man, what you doing down here?
Facts, though.
You tripping. You know you tripping, right?
Facts.
Go back.
Facts.
Go home, man.
Facts.
I see that little open container, but you good, man. Go to the crib, man. Go home.
Facts. Broward would hang you. Let me tell you something. Dade County. Shout out to Dade County. All right. Shout out to Dade County. From all the way from Uptown, Norwood to Little Haiti. All right. You can take it down south too. All right. Shout out to Florida City, all that. Goulds, Kendall, all that. Richmond Heights, all that. Shout out to the whole Dade County.
Big T.
Shouts
out to Bahamas everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Nassau, all my boys who tuning in.
Even the Hialeah. Let's not leave out the Spanish. The Hialeahs, the little
is the
Havana,
place to go.
the Doral, all that. Dade County, love Dade County in its entirety, all right? Because y'all know I moved from Dade to Broward, right?
Straight up.
So I love Dade County. I love Broward County too. Shout out to Miramar. Shout out to Lauderdale. Shout out to
South
Pompano.
Florida,
shout out to whole South Florida, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But like I was saying, Dade County, you can get away with murder in Dade County. Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you, not literally, but let me tell you something. A strong arm robbery charge is something that Dade County judges see all the time, all the time. They don't look at those type of charges as heinous as how it would be taken in Broward County. Broward County, they're gonna hang you. All right, just know that. Just know that they will hang you in Broward County. Now, I don't know. I haven't caught no charges as of recent, so thank God. You feel me? And majority of my charges, and be real with you, they come from Dade County. So with that being said, though, I haven't been caught up in Broward County like that with charges. You feel me?
Blessings to the Most High for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, Broward is no joke, brother.
No joke. You don't want to get caught up in Broward. So now, with that being said, let's talk some more about Trump. Also, Trump said, this is another subject, right? Don't shoot the messenger. All right? Please don't shoot the messenger on this one, all right? This, especially if you out the LGBTQ community, don't shoot the messenger, all right? We just here to deliver the message. All right? And I'm in agreement with Trump with this one. That's why I rock with Trump a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't shoot the messenger. I rock with Donald Trump a little bit, right? Am I going to vote? I don't know. I'm a felon, so I don't know. And I know they restored our voting rights, so I need to get my shit situated.
I don't even know if that's
in the
true.
voting process. I need to be a participant.
We got to figure that out ourselves.
No. They gave us back our rights to vote.
And I see people going to jail.
I don't know to what degree, but we definitely got our rights back as felons to vote.
And I've seen people going to jail after their votes were so-called restored. I've seen people in Florida going to jail behind
felons.
Felons, withhold justifications in Florida. And
that's interesting.
That's what I've been telling you, bro. It's just crazy. That's why I said I would have to look into it. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we are actually safe.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I got
women. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter. Women, old. It don't matter if you had that crime you committed 10 years ago, bro. I'm seeing old grandmas going to jail. They're like, "Are you kidding me? I just voted." Like, yeah, you're going for voter fraud. Voter fraud. Come on, man. It's
see, I didn't know that. So, you know, at the same time, we got to learn the stipulations first before we start doing these things. Like I said, I'll educate myself on that subject and find out what I can do versus what I can't do.
Yeah,
right?
That's what we need
now,
to do.
Going on with Trump. Trump said he's also trying to pass a law in 2024 if he becomes president. Men cannot compete in women's sports. Don't shoot the messengers.
Don't shoot the messengers.
Don't shoot the messengers.
And that's actually wild you said that, because it's I was discussing something with my friend from the hood earlier. Shouts out to my brethren EO. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to that man. EO.
Gunshots for EO. Gunshots for dog E.
We were just
EO stands for On the Block Daily.
On the Block Daily. You already know.
All right.
You feel me? So now peep this. We was just talking about that woman swimmer that was breaking all these records the other day.
Who that?
There was a transgendered woman that became into the Olympics. And literally, instead of, you know how it's the Olympics, people are winning by milliseconds and this and that, you know, literally not even a full second. This person was breaking the records by seconds. Do you understand? And now we were actually saying, is that testosterone based? Is this based? And this, but that has people as a community thinking of, is that even right? Is that fair for actual female? You know, and I'm not racist or biased to if you want to do what you want to do with your life, enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? As long as it don't affect my everyday living, go ahead, live your life. You know what I'm saying? Be a transgendered, have fun. You're gay, have fun. You know what I'm saying? But when you're actually going into these actual women, born as women, grown up as women, and they trained their whole life to go into the Olympics to be women Olympic swimmers and things like this, to get overshadowed by a man that turned himself into a woman who was actually being last place to Michael Phelps and all these great swimmers. He was last place swimmer, but as soon as he did the surgery and did everything, now he's the #1 swimmer for the US. For the USA.
I want to cook. I want to cook. Preach, my brother.
For the USA team. For the USA team now.
Facts.
That's what we're representing. So I'm kind of in agreement with Trump on that.
Kinda.
I gotta say kinda because of they. Because if I don't say kinda, if I say, oh,
you see what happened? They got my dog timid. They got my dog intimidated. I'm intimidated also.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is the world we're living in. We're not supposed to feel like this.
We're not supposed to feel like this. That's what Dave Chappelle said. He hopes there's a day that we don't have to do that. We don't have to be so apologetic. We don't have to be so timid with our freedom of speech.
It got me stuck. I don't stutter when I talk, but I have to stutter when I talk on this show because I have to think. I have to think. I have to think. I have to think.
Yes. We appreciate it, brother.
You know, and if we don't do that, the next thing is going to be the book is throwing at us and saying we hate people when we don't, and that is not in our. It's not in our system. It's not in our blood
at all. We don't hate against no gay people. One of my homegirls is gay. All right, shout out to Pretty Don. You know what I mean? And she's a good friend. She's good people.
Straight up.
So you got people that have their own issues, and I'm not here to judge no person for their sexual preference. Though I'm a heterosexual, I cannot hold that against those people for whatever their sexual preference is. That's God to judge. God did not leave me here to judge nobody. All right. You guys, make sure you guys are sharing this live. When you guys come in this room, I love the way the lights are going up. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this stream, this live stream. We're live right now. Share with other people. Let them know that the mafia is in the building. We are the mafia. All right.
Mafia.
We're gonna reset this. We're gonna reset this. If you guys don't know, this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Bow. All right. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. Mafia. You guys are paying attention. This is episode number 9. All right. We got 8 episodes prior to this. So you guys, if you haven't seen the other episodes, I took them all off of Facebook and we also on Twitter. They're all on YouTube. You guys should be subscribing to the YouTube L.O.T.S approved media. All right. Where you guys can see the other episodes. They're only going to get better. We are the most, we the up and coming, most dangerous podcast. Remember, I told you that. I go by the name of L.O.T.S approved media, and this is my partner in crime, my partner, my PNC, my twin. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Go ahead, G.
My name is Planet, goddammit, free G5. You already know how we go down in this thing. Shouts out to my big bro Chins. Shouts out to everybody that's tuning in. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to my people in Texas. Shouts out to my people in Mexico. Shouts out to my people everywhere that's tuning in. Hey man, we appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for the donations, man.
Thank you for the donations. Fact though, you see the backdrop, right? I told y'all that backdrop was coming, right? I told y'all it's here. We constantly upgrading the show. So I appreciate everybody that donates to the show. All right. So we can up our production, all right, to upgrade our productions. There's some people that donate that would like to remain anonymous. All right. So shout out to our anonymous supporters, all right?
Our anonymous sponsors.
Anonymous sponsors, all right? Shout out to everybody. Like I said, we constantly upgrading, all right? This is the most dangerous podcast, up-and-coming podcast. Mark my words, we speak things into existence, all right?
Yes,
nobody's talking about how we talking about it, and nobody's going to deliver it how we deliver it, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. Please do not shoot the messenger.
Not at all.
All right. And like I said, so I want to cook on that too. I want to elaborate on that subject about the men competing in women's sports. All right. Let me cook. Let me tell y'all something, man. When you're talking about sports, I love playing sports. Basketball is one of my favorite sports. Even God Band could tell you that because we spent a lot of time on the Fairway Park courts, all right? In Miramar, there's a park called Fairway Park where we play ball at, all right? In Broward County, we play ball at Fairway Park, all right? And in this park, we competed like dogs, all right? A lot of my fights took place on the court. A lot of my beefs took place on the court, and I'm not taking no, what's the name in that, no pride in that, right? Because we definitely not here to be beefing with each other. Now, with that being said,
right,
when you're talking about people competing in sports is all about naturally who can beat who. Naturally, under the conditions of being a man, you're battling another man who has he's up against the same things that you're up against as a man, right? So with that being said, you're not supposed to be taking no enhancement drugs, right? So basically, you in the condition. Now, a lot of people don't think about this, but as a man, we built with testosterone. So us having testosterone, we face some similarities when you're talking about testosterone, the pros and cons of testosterone, right? Aggressiveness and stuff like that. Now, you got some men that are lacking in testosterone, which might lack in your ability to perform. But once again, you up against another man that's facing the same chemistry as you. You cannot have a man going against a woman. A woman has different chemistries. Now you have a thing called bone density. Yes. We as men, please don't shoot the messenger. We the most dangerous podcast.
Straight up.
Do not shoot the messenger, please, homie. Check this out, man. Men, we have stronger bone density than women.
Right.
So though you go through your transition, shout out to the transgender community, shout out to everybody in the communities, all communities, all right? We all one on this planet, all right? But let's just be real. Let's call a spade, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. Listen, women have smaller bone density than men.
And estrogen. Estrogen.
So they have more estrogen, right? So now, when you're dealing with a man that's taking chemicals and all that, those chemicals might be considered drug enhancement. Whether they're suppressing or they are giving you an advantage, right? Or they're strengthening, whether they're suppressing or strengthening it, it's not the same body chemistry. So how are you gonna put a man against a woman? You can't listen. You can change your private parts, right? Let me be careful with this, right? You can change your private parts. You can do certain things. You can take your certain hormone enhancements or what have you that change your certain features, more hair, stuff like that. That's cool. All right. And it's all cool in that realm. For those that choose that, God bless you. Right. But come on, people. We're talking about competing in sports and we're talking about brutality. You as a man, you have a stronger bone density. If you're hitting a woman with a smaller bone density, you're going to do more damage than this woman. All right. So in actuality, it's just not fair. It ain't fair to have a man battling a woman in sports. Now, I'm not going to say all sports, but definitely if you're talking about kickboxing, you're talking about any contact sports, definitely in that regard. Oh, shout out to Breeze Through. All right. Congratulations on your podcast. Thank you, Breeze. I appreciate that, brother. For real, for real. And with that being said, please share this podcast. Like I said, this is episode number 9. But let's get back to the task at hand, right? We as men, we have a stronger bone density, a bigger bone density than women, all right? So when you're talking about sports, you're competing with somebody with the same commonalities that you have, the same pros and the same cons that you have. And we're trying to see naturally who is better. That's why we have some that's why in boxing, you have people that are the same weight classes. You try to create the same conditions, all right? No drug enhancement, your natural ability. And naturally, we as men, we are stronger than women when you talk about physical strength. It's just facts. Now, there's always an exception to the rule. Not every man is stronger than every woman. There's some women that I've seen that'll whoop a nigga ass.
Straight up. I'm
gonna be real true. I know some women that get down and when you're talking about fighting, some women have better fighting skills than men. So you got women that are women assassins. You have you see that movie that came out. You got women warriors. So it's not to say that a woman cannot compete with man when you're talking about strategy, using weapons or just fighting technique. But we're talking about one-on-one combat on a level, on a general level. When we talking about competing, right? We're not talking about the most skillful woman that was taught to do certain things. We're just talking about in general, women versus men. It's not the same. In general, women versus men are not the same. Some of that would be considered brutality. I'm gonna be real with you. Some of that would be considered brutality. You see what happened with that? We got to get into this too, man. Planet, we got to get into this.
Yeah, that trip, right?
Yeah. We got to get on that. Hold on, wait one second. What's the girl name? Shaquilla. What's her name?
I think it was.
What's the young lady name that was murdered in Mexico?
Her name was
Shanquilla Robinson.
Yeah,
Shanquilla. I don't know, Shanquilla or Shanquilla
Robinson. Shanquilla, something of that nature. But don't shoot the messenger if we get her name wrong.
Yeah.
Condolences to her family and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's a sad situation. But yeah, that's one of those situations too.
Okay, and supposedly the person that was giving her the person that was assaulting her, let me say the correct word, the person that was assaulting her,
allegedly,
they were saying allegedly was a transgender. Allegedly, because we don't know, right?
We
actually don't know. And guys, the reason why we say allegedly, because on the internet, information is being spewed out by the second, and some of this stuff is not accurate. All right, so we say allegedly. And whatever we say on here, I need you guys to go do your research. Look for 3 resources. Don't always take what we're saying, me or Planet. I was always taught, don't just take for face value what somebody's saying and just adopt that into your philosophy or your knowledge, right?
Go do your research too.
Do your research. Make sure you do your research. Maybe you might find something that you can elaborate more on what I'm speaking on, or maybe you can even correct me. Like, for example, me just reciting her name, somebody should be in the comment section giving her real name. But unfortunately, I know how it's spelled. I need to know how it's pronounced.
Pronunciation. Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, Donald Trump, man, we done with Donald Trump. You guys, Donald Trump is coming back in 2024. I don't know if he's going to win the presidency, but the way Joe Biden is failing right now as a president, shout out to Sleepy Joe. Shout out to Sleepy Joe, but at the same time, we can't leave without this one because we're about to exit from Biden, right? But I want to speak about Joe Biden and his Ukraine issue and his son that goes by the name of Hunter Biden. All right, now please don't shoot the messenger. I told y'all it gets dangerous up here. All right, we're gonna speak on all these. Let me say, we speak about hip hop up here. We talk about current events up here, but we definitely talk about business and politics. All right, grown man issue. I love hip hop, so that's why we start off the show with the hip hop, right? It's a commonality that we all familiar with hip hop. We all hip hop babies, all right? I love hip hop, but at the same time, we gotta talk about some grown man issue up here, all right? So with that being said, don't shoot the messenger. Now, Joe Biden has a son by the name of Hunter Biden, right? Hunter Biden, I think he has a construction company, what have you. Joe Biden is funding this Ukraine war, and they're saying allegedly that Hunter Biden is receiving some of the funds from that war. He's a beneficiary of the funds being sent to Ukraine. And right now they're going at Biden about this, and also Hunter. They're discrediting Hunter. Now keep in mind, Hunter Biden was caught with a prostitute,
right?
An escort. All right, this is facts. He was caught with an escort.
BMF, blowing money fast.
Allegedly, I don't know if he was taking drugs, crack, or what have you. There's some drug abuse there. There's something about drugs, allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right? Something about drugs. So you already know his credibility is shot.
Right.
Hunter Biden's credibility is shot at this point, right? So Hunter Biden, he's over there in the Ukraine. Now you see how Joe Biden and the whole country's upset about this, how much money's being sent out to the Ukraine. Now we're gonna be careful with the subject. Shout out to the people in the Ukraine. All right. My heart is with you guys. Injustice anywhere is injustice to all. And I'm a firm believer that injustice anywhere is an injustice to all. Remember, we as human beings, we are one conscious. And not just human beings, plants. Yeah, my good people, plants.
Animals.
Anything that's alive, anything that's alive. Anything that's alive has a spirit. We're all one conscious. All right. So we have to be concerned with injustice anywhere on this planet, not just in America, any corner of the planet. We need to be concerned about injustice, right? Because like I said, we're one conscious. So shout out to the Ukraine people, and we with you guys in that war with Russia. I don't know what brought about that war. Obviously, there's some face value things that we know of, but there's some underlying factors that a lot of times we're not informed on for obvious reasons. That's why it's called politics, right? But we're not going to go into the politics. So now with that being said, Hunter Biden's over there with his construction company. So he's getting money. They're saying allegedly that he's receiving, they're ciphering money to him to do construction in the Ukraine. And you see this, you see Biden, Sleepy Joe, he's on this agenda to get more and more funds out to Ukraine. I think he's trying to get 80 billion approved. 80 to 90 billion approved. Something to that effect.
And how much of that is going into Hunter's pocket?
That's the concern. That's the concern right there. So, and we already know Hunter's track record, all right? The man, bad track record.
That's
now
Mr. BMF right there. That's original BMF
facts,
before Ross.
Facts,
blowing money fast.
Blowing money fast. Listen, that boy's BMF, all right? Hunter's BMF. I ain't realized that he was a part of BMF, but definitely was a part of that BMF. Shout out to Big Meat, all right? Free Big Meat and all that. You heard?
Straight up.
So with that being said, Hunter Biden, you already know his track record: drugs, escorts, and things of that nature, right? Allegedly. Nah, I don't think it's alleged on the escort part. The escort part, I don't think that's alleged. All right, but we still gonna say allegedly, just to cover our ass. You know
I'm gonna say allegedly.
That's the thing. Allegedly.
I know
allegedly.
I know two of them escorts personally.
Fact.
They allegedly said it was Hunter.
Facts.
They allegedly said it was Hunter. But hey, man.
Okay. Onto it. So now, this the whole thing. Now, they on Joe Biden, and I think even Congress is going at. I'm not sure. There was somebody that was speaking. There was a speaker. There was something that took place, an event that took place where they were speaking about Joe Biden and all these discrepancies that they have with Joe Biden and also Hunter Biden. All right, and judging by Hunter Biden's track record, his credibility is shot. You know, so I'm not saying just because you've dealt with prostitution and you've done drugs before, that doesn't mean that you're not capable of being a good person, right? So to his defense, that doesn't mean that he's not. That everything he does is fraudulent from there on. After that, that's not how I go, right? Some people can turn a new leaf, and and they use their story as their testimony, and actually become people that help other people that suffer from the same ailments, right? So he actually can have a positive effect, turn a negative, like we say, into a positive, right? And he could remain positive just because you've had that colorful background. That doesn't mean that you can't go legit, straight up. So shout out to Hunter Biden. But like I said, don't shoot the messenger. We just here to bring the message. And
that's it, brother.
They might go into investigation. So there definitely got people that are investigating. It's not official investigation, but there definitely are people that are lifting up some rocks.
When they pick up them rocks, boy, they could come out or they could just get hidden as quick as they came out. And
the funny thing is, you're right. The crazy thing is that they're bringing this up, and the presidential elections coming up in 2024. And it's funny how they're gonna start off. It's coming to the end of the year
after the midterm.
Sagittarius, we about to come in. Shout out to my Sagittarius, we about to come in. But we about to see
coming right behind you. No caps, but
shout out to the cats, man. My brother's a Capricorn. All right, shout out to the Capricorns. You already know how the Capricorns start flooding the comment section. Shout out to the Capricorns, you know what I mean? But like I said, Sagittarius are coming up next. But nonetheless, the year's about to come to an end, right? So it's about to be New Year. So this thing is presenting itself. So it looks like next year is going to be a Joe Biden hunt. A hunter, no pun intended, but Hunter's going to be the hunted, right? Allegedly. It's looking like that's what's going to happen for next year. They're trying to get Biden up out of there. They're trying to get Sleepy Joe up out of there, all right? And like we just told you, the Republicans have taken over Congress officially, all right? There's majority Republicans in Congress at this point.
Remember what I told you? Remember what I told you what Trump said when he left office? Remember what he said? All right, bye then.
Man, save the jokes, man. You guys don't know. What y'all want. At the end of every episode, Planet gives a great joke, all right? And trust me, you guys will be entertained. You got it for this one, right? You got one for this episode, right?
Yeah, we still live though. And we always gonna be live regardless. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But that's what happened. You see, Trump gave them what they wanted. He said, "Oh, y'all want me to leave office? All right, bye then."
Bye then. Man, that shit's funny as hell, bro. I was rolling when you said that shit, homie. All right. So now that's enough with Trump, man. All right, we about to go on a lighter note. All right, you guys see how we just went from hip hop, then we go into politics. You guys walk with me, walk with us. All right, we taking you through the logistics, we taking you through the ups and downs, the different events. All right, now let's talk about this Blueface issue. We right back in hip hop. Let's talk about this Blueface issue. All right, rapper Blueface, the Crip rapper from California. All right, Mr. Tatiana. If y'all don't know about that, that's the man who made that song Tatiana. All right, he also got that song with DDG. All right, Blueface has an attempted murder charge. He was officially arrested for attempted murder. All right. The gentleman that he's allegedly shot, the man he took to social network and said he actually got shot. And I heard after, not even I heard, but I seen something on social network. There was a post that he made after he allegedly got shot. He said, I just got jumped and shot by Blueface. All right. And like I said, allegedly, we don't know how true that is. Over here, we don't play police games. We ain't trying to get nobody arrested, nor are we trying to figure out the case. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to figure out the case. All right, let the lawyers do that. Let the judges do that. Let the police do their job. We don't do the job for the police. But like I said, don't shoot the messenger. This is all public knowledge. All right, this is general knowledge to the public. Obviously, you guys seen all over social network. Blueface was arrested for attempted murder. Allegedly he shot the man. Now there is some video that's out, but when I seen the video, I'm gonna be real with you. The video was blurry. So I don't know how the DA, when they look at this, I don't know how they're gonna use that. I don't know if that's gonna be submittable, right? But like I said, it was blurry. So I didn't see Blueface shoot at nobody. Me. Don't shoot the messenger. I did not see nobody. I didn't see Blueface shoot nobody, though I did see that video that's online. All right. And the gentleman basically said, self-proclaimed, he said, the gentleman put a post up and said he just was shot at, excuse me, let me rephrase that. He said he was shot and jumped by Blueface and his people. Right. Now, this is the thing. You guys don't know Blueface is managed by Whack 100. Whack 100 is the blood out of the West Coast. He's all over the internet. He's an internet sensation. For the past few months, he's been all over the social over the YouTube, on every social network. All right, he's big on Clubhouse if you don't know, and we are opening a room on Clubhouse. All right, so you guys will be able to come with us on Clubhouse. All right, like I was saying, Blueface arrested for attempted murder. Now Blueface, obviously he got locked up. Now him being managed by Whack 100, Whack 100, he has a lot of connects. Whack 100, this is the same guy. I don't know how he got connected with Elon Musk. Whack 100 was seen with Kanye and Elon Musk. And you know that whole situation where he got the sex tape back for Kanye, that Ray J had more sex tapes, more Kim Kardashian sex tapes, in which Whack 100 was bringing that to Kanye's attention and also Ray J, and they was able to give those tapes, deliver those tapes to Kanye, the last remaining sex tapes that Ray J is saying that Kim signed off on those sex tapes. So there was
Kim's mother allegedly.
No, they were saying Kim's mother's the one who orchestrated.
Yeah, she was the director and everything. I heard.
They're saying that she's the one who orchestrated this whole event, right? Yeah, the sex tape. They're saying Kris Jenner was the mother. They're trying to say allegedly that she's the ringleader. She's the orchestrator of all the events that took place with Kim Kardashian and with all her kids, all the daughters, right? And it looks like it might even leak into the grandchildren, allegedly. All right, and let's take out the grandchildren part. And if you guys, let's not talk about the children. All right, let's keep it just the parents. All right. So I apologize about that. Right.
Everything over 18.
But yes, everything over 18. So she brought it to the daughters, obviously, right? But Kim Kardashian being one of the biggest beneficiary of this diabolical plan that Kris has, right? So Kim Kardashian signed off on the extra sex tape. So whatever, Whack 100 brought it to Kanye's attention. Ray J got on the phone with Whack 100, and they was able to deliver the remaining sex tapes to Kanye, in which Kanye gave the remaining sex tape that were on I think a laptop or what have you. He gave that to Kim, all right, as a testimony just to show that how much he loved her, right? So Whack 100 has all these connects. So now I was told that Whack 100 was able to bring in 3 different law firms, 3 different lawyers, creditable lawyers, big time lawyers he brought in defense to Blueface. So when Blueface was getting a bail hearing, Blueface, I think they was trying to give him like $75,000, $100,000 bail, and they reduced it to $50,000. And the judge brought it to everybody's attention that he had some real representation in that room at the time, and this representation was brought by Whack 100. So all credit due to Whack 100 for bringing the lawyers on Blueface's behalf. All right. Like I told you, Whack 100 is a very resourceful dude. He's known for extorting people too. And this is not alleged. This is all self-proclaimed. You guys see any of his track record. You go on YouTube and stuff like you see Whack 100. He be extorting people. He be having sex tapes on people that he be holding on the low and using that as leverage, right? When he needs to do his dastardly deed to do the things that he got to do, right? And I'm not pointing no fingers at Whack 100, what have you. Whatever tactics that you use, the tactics that you use, right? And it's deeper than what I'm saying, you guys. Right, so we don't judge people to that extent. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. I just bring you the message. You heard? So he brought these lawyers in, and they brought the bail down to 50,000. So it looks like Blueface will be released soon. If not, he already got released. All right. Maybe you guys know. I haven't seen no updated information on Blueface. But this the thing. Krayshawn Rock was seen in the courtroom. Krayshawn Rock had beef with Whack 100 at one point. You seen when they was arguing inside the crib and Whack was screaming out, belligerently screaming. I never even seen him even get mad at a nigga like that, let alone to get mad at a girl like that. He was super mad at that girl, but it looks like everything's turned around. At this point, her and Whack 100 are cool. It's safe to say they're cool at this point. They're cordial. So she went to the courtroom and Whack 100 had to give Krayshawn Rock her credit because he said, yo, nobody told her what time the court was and all this. She showed up to the courtroom and all that, and they gave her credit because a lot of women won't even show up in court for you. Now, I've never had every woman that I've been with showed up in court for me, so I don't know what that's like. You know what I mean? But I've heard there's some despicable women out there. Shout out to ladies, but I heard, ladies, you know, there's some despicable women out there that don't have their man back.
Yeah, they know who they is.
They know who they is.
Yeah.
They know who they is. You know what I mean? So like I said, what you said now?
Little disgruntled.
That
got muted. That got muted, right? Oh, okay.
No, man, we got a censor button too. We got a censor button. We got a censor button. We can't censor
myself because they watching.
they. You see that? You see what? You guys see how we tread lightly? We tread lightly on this broadcast, and guess what? We dangerous. And like I said, freedom of speech. Though we have freedom of speech, it's not free. Sometimes you got to pay for that freedom of speech. It comes with.
Come see us on that block, man. You're gonna get the real view. You're gonna come get the real dialect and the real dialogue, what you need to come get.
Facts. If you guys really want to know my opinion, when you guys see me, ask me these questions one-on-one, and I'll give you the raw, uncut opinion. All right.
Don't have no recorders on me trying to do this like some dirty. You know what I mean? Y'all green like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger, man, for real.
Facts though. All right. Let's go into this. Now this one's right here serious. This subject right here serious. We moving along. We out of that room with Blueface, man. Shout out to Blueface, free Blueface and all that. Shout out to Whack 100. Shout out to Krayshawn Rock. All right. Shout out to everybody. Don't shoot the messenger. We just bring the message. All right. But we got love for everybody. We got love for everybody on this channel. Now let's go into this Shanquilla Robinson. Since we're talking about the transgender issue, right? Let's talk about Shanquilla Robinson. All right. Now, this is taking over the whole internet at this point. Now, when it comes to stories like this, we as human beings, everybody feel this. It hits everybody in the heart. Anybody that hears this story is going to be affected by it. Anybody that sees the footage that took place, there's a clip online going up, and it shows how the girl was assaulted to the point that she was murdered due to the assault. She died subsequently because of the assault. Now, condolences to Shanquilla Robinson's family. All right. This is a serious subject. This is serious. This was malicious. This was it was kind of horrifying, to be real with you. It was disturbing to watch. Disturbing to watch. It was hard to watch. It was cringing watching this, right? The girl was in a room. It looks like to be a hotel room. They're in Mexico. Now, these people are supposedly her friends.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have to bring up the how you say the sexual preference, the sexuality of the people, but it might play a role. Now, there were some men that were recording it. There was a man that was recording it. And I find it hard to believe that a man was able to watch this. But before I say that, let's go into the story. The girl Shanquilla was beat down by a supposed friend. Now, as you see in the clip that she's getting dragged all over the place. She's getting spun around by her hair and things of that nature. Throughout all this event, we came to find out, as reports came out, we came to find out that she died subsequently because of that assault. Her neck was broken because of that assault. She experienced spinal injuries because of that assault. When you're talking about your neck and your spine, that's a wrap, homie. When it comes to your neck and your spine, these are fragile areas. Fragile, and it usually leads to death or paralysis when you're speaking of these things. All right. Now, this is a disturbing thing.
All types
this
of
whole
hemorrhaging,
thing,
hemorrhaging and everything. That was just
facts, though. That part. Now, this is the disturbing thing. This is what's even not just her being videoed, but she was videoed by a man. There was a man there, and you can hear the man. See, I didn't see the other man because I think there was more people.
Yeah, it was two men, and I think it was 2 men, 2 women, and this transgendered person.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Is that confirmed that it was a transgender at this point?
From the resources that I've obtained, it's looking like it was a transgender person in the room that was allegedly doing the beating.
Okay, so now I'm still gonna go with alleged, right? Because
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think we even have to say allegedly, because at the end of the day, the person who did that, it doesn't matter if they was transgender or they was heterosexual. It don't matter, because at the end of the day,
is murder. Murder is murder,
regardless of the fact.
Yeah, murder is murder.
When it comes to things like that, we don't protect people like that. Nor when they get incarcerated, when they're prosecuted, because them people gonna get caught. I'm gonna be real with you. They're gonna get caught. And nobody's gonna protect them when they're incarceration. All right. They're actually gonna be a target. They victimize her, but guess what? They're gonna become the victim. Facts though. Because nobody in prison, when you're incarcerated, you don't want to be next to a child molester. You want to be next to a person that abused women. You don't want to be next to these people. You're angered by it. It brings out an aggressive nature in you. You want to eradicate this person because you cannot be in close proximity of these people.
And they're covering it up, saying that she had liquor poisoning, and it's just crazy, man. You send your loved one out on vacation, and you say, "I love you," and I have a safe trip. Come back, and the next call you get is that they died, and you sitting there like, "Oh no, how did she die?" Oh, liquor poisoning. And when the autopsy come back, that wasn't the case. She was battered and bruised with alleged friends. I could actually say alleged friends. You can't even say alleged friends because obviously they wasn't her friends to allow that to happen to her.
Well, you get into it. I was saving that for the end, but let's talk about it, right? So before we get into that though, because that's where I want to go with it. So now, and this is what Tasha said. They said it was her best guy friend. Now, this is the whole thing.
Filming.
This guy is seen filming, right? You hear the guy in the background fight back. This guy was screaming out, fight back, right? And you can hear the girl uttering out, no, she's not going to fight back. She said no, right? So basically, this person was not even defending themselves, and she's getting maliciously beat down, right? And I wish there was even a stronger word than that, because they gave her the beats, right? Now, this guy,
despicable.
Despicable. How can a man sit there and watch a woman, like me as a man, I can't watch no woman getting beat like that. I can't watch nobody even innocent. You'd have to do something dastardly for me to watch that, nor would I want to be witness to watch that, really, to be honest with you. Go handle that on your own. Like, you'd have to be the most despicable person for me to be a spectator of that, right? And you can hear this man screaming, fight back. Bruh. And you can tell the femininity in his voice, right? So you could tell that man was 9 times out of 10, he wasn't a heterosexual. I'm gonna just say that, right? But at least you could have manned up, brother. You could have manned up in that instant.
He could have manned up in that instant and literally didn't be like, yo, man, y'all chill out, man. Y'all stop this. We're on vacation. We're on vacation. Y'all ain't got to go through this. This and that. You go over here, you go over there. What entertainment was it for him to be like, oh, fight back, fight back, fight back? What is, yo, that
And
don't even
see,
sound healthy, bro.
that
That don't
it
even sound
sounded
healthy.
crazy. It sounded crazy. The man was talking about fight back. Like that shit sounded crazy. Now, you see, Tasha said he had the nerve to go to the parents'
Wow.
house to bring her belongings, and I wasn't aware of that.
Me neither,
That's
brother.
crazy.
Me neither. I definitely wasn't aware of that. Now
That's
just come on.
that's crazy.
Come on. The same one who was filming. So just
That's just
imagine
crazy, bro.
they actually heard his voice on there, because he probably gave her the things before they actually that video hit to her family, and now they heard his voice in the background. Girl, you need to fight back. You need to fight back. And they see that's the last images of their child. Bro, it's disgusting, bro.
That's just
That's
crazy,
disgusting. It don't
I'm
matter
not
what
gonna lie you.
it don't matter what sexuality you is, that the brutality of
Facts. That
that
shit has nothing to do with
is just,
sexuality. That's just humanity,
yeah,
the
it's
humanity in
just
you. For real.
brutality. Come on, man. Come on. That's just brutal. Now, if they want to talk about somebody need to go under the jail and do this and that, drug dealers need to get life sentences for stuff. What about people doing stuff like that?
Facts, though.
And they cheering on their friend, so-called friend in the background.
Now,
Oh,
this is my
girl, you
thing.
better fight back. And they
No,
looking at
facts.
this. Come on,
Facts.
man.
Facts, Planet. Facts. I'm 1,000,000% with you. Now, this is my whole thing. This is the big misconception, a big injustice in this part. How does girl consider these people friends? Like, first of all, when you talk about choosing your friends wisely, how does she wind up amongst these people? Because obviously these people did not like her truly. Obviously, these were not good people. Like, just be real, not to be corny, but they were not to be cliche, but those were not good people. How did you find yourself in the company of these people and to go across the country with these people? What was the agenda?
Either they was using her in some type of form or fashion, whether it was financially or she was their gopher. You know what I'm saying? Either it was benefiting them for her to be around them. That's how I look at it.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I don't think
that's what I'm getting at.
I don't actually think it was just like, oh, we're having a trip, come along, and this and that. No, it was like, oh, she gonna pay for this. Oh, she would carry this, or she could do that.
There was something there. Somebody was using
nature.
somebody in that situation. Somebody was using somebody. Because first
That's
of all,
how I feel.
that girl was a pretty girl. From what I'm seeing from the pictures, that was a pretty girl. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Her being pretty like that, a lot of times pretty girls get used by ugly people. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times pretty girls get used by ugly people, right? Because pretty girls get a lot of benefits. Pretty girls get a lot of benefits that ugly people don't. Right?
Every time.
I don't want to go into that. But I think the ladies know what I'm talking about. You see certain things I don't creep into. I'm real slick with it. All right? I'm slick as a can of oil. You're not gonna catch me in that one. I'm not gonna get caught up in that one. We're gonna close that door. But a lot of times pretty girls get used for their looks, so ugly people can enjoy the benefits of being pretty, right?
Straight up.
So now, like I was saying, I don't know. That definitely there was something there. Somebody was using somebody, because those wasn't her friends, obviously. And what they were saying is that this was a transgender person. Now that's yet to be proven, allegedly. So I don't even gotta say allegedly, but that's yet to be proven.
Right.
So hopefully, this, as the story transpires and the week persists, we're gonna get more and more updates about this story. It's gonna get more clear, obviously, right? But condolences to her family. Shaquilla Robinson's condolences to the family, bro. But that was sad. Yeah, that was sad. And I hope that wherever these people, I hope these people get prosecuted. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I mean? I hope that they get called up.
All, brother. So-called friends and all.
And not even prosecuted. I don't mind if that's street justice. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
You feel
so-called friends and all who claimed they had this girl's back, man. And oh, you better fight back. You better fight back. No, y'all gonna have to fight back. Wherever the hell y'all end up. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's heaven or hell, we don't know where y'all gonna go. You know
Facts, man. I just let me say something, man. I'm from the streets, right? But some things are not handled through the streets. Some things are handled through the judicial system. judicial system, right?
Right.
And though I'm not an advocate of taking people, you know me, I ain't never sent nobody to court. I ain't never had nobody arrested. I ain't never snitched on nobody.
Never.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, right?
Never.
I'm gonna tell you like this. In these cases, I don't care what happens to these people, whether it's street justice or they get brought to court. I don't give a damn. I just want justice on me. I don't want people like this on the road. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't want people like this out here.
Nah.
Me as a human being, I'm not comfortable with being around people like this.
Nah, because just like she didn't know who they was, we don't know who they are.
Facts.
They right up under us, bro.
Like I said, man, condolences to Shaquilla Robinson. All right. Tragic event. Tragic. We're gonna end off with this. We're gonna talk about this YSL indictment. All right. Shout out to Young Thugger, shout out to Gunna, shout out to the whole YSL, shout out to all the ATL gangs that are being investigated, ATL rappers that are being investigated, man. I hope that you guys see the light of day, right? But now what they're saying is, let's talk about Thugger, Young Thugger, all right? The Thugger, the one. They're saying that the DA has over 300 witnesses in for the trial set up for the YSL for Young Thug. 300 witnesses. I've never seen that many witnesses, to be honest with you. 300 witnesses. Now, to the average person, they'd be shaking in their boots. But if you're a person that's God-fearing, if you're a person that's committed to God, God removes a lot of fear. He removes all fear, to be honest with you. The more faith you have, the less fear you have, because fear is a sin. All right. When you have God, when God has your back, there's no need for fear. Because when you have fear and you're in the presence of God, that's showing that you're lacking belief. You're lacking faith. All right. And it's the faith that strengthens your relationship with God. It's through faith. It's faith that makes miracles happen. So faith is not in conjunction with God. All right. When you believe in Most High, your faith is through the roof. That's why they say just the faith of a mustard seed. Remember, I give my own testimony, man. All that fear. When you're a person that's fearful and you project that into the universe, it gets projected right back to you. You're manifesting fear, so you can't live in fear. And the great thing about it, when you build this relationship with Most High, He reduces your anxieties, your fears. They start to go away. The demons come off your shoulders. The demons, you get lifted off of you because of your faith, the faith of a mustard seed. That's all it takes, man. Faith creates miracles. Faith is the catalyst for manifestation. When you speak things into existence, it's your faith that brings things into fruition, dog. It's that without a doubt, you don't have 1 centimeter of a doubt in your mind that you're going to accomplish what you need to accomplish. It's faith, right? So maybe because I know Young Thug, they say, though he's a thugger, and that's another big misconception. Gangsters pray the most. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Gangsters have like the closest relationship with God. Street niggas got the most relationship with God. We hang on God's every word because we need God throughout our journeys. So the biggest misconception is people think gangsters are they lose their religion. Gangsters have no relationship with God. That's a big misconception, man. When you from the streets and you gangster, you depend on God. Your relationship with God gets strengthened throughout all these trials and tribulations. So what I'm trying to say is Young Thug is probably, because I've heard that he's well versed in the Bible, and I'm not surprised by that at all. At all, dog. We in the streets, homie. We rely on the Bible. I love the Bible. I used to study the Bible. You heard? And be heavy in the streets. If they know me, y'all know me. I done been on the news before. All right? Trust me. And my faith is heavy in God. Heavy in Most High. And my faith has been strengthened within the last 2-3 years. My relationship with God is even stronger. I'm not going to lie to you. Stronger. I don't have the same fears that I used to have. Trust me, there's times where you would think that I would be fearful, and there won't be no fear. That fear gets dispelled when I realize who's in my corner.
Every time.
Most High. So what I'm saying is Young Thug might not be scared at this point, but what they're saying is Young Thug There's 300 witnesses set for trial. And the DA is saying that this trial might take 3.5 months because of so many witnesses.
Yeah, just to go through the witnesses. Just to go through the witness statements and everything. It's going to take 3.5 months just to get the statements going with Young Thug and Gunna's trial. But yeah, man, it's a very difficult situation. I'm praying for them. Just like I say, we don't know what the outcome is. We don't know what the witnesses them have on them. We don't know how true the situation is. And it's just like we say, man, we don't know what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm praying for them cats. I hope them all the best, man. Gunna, Thugger, please,
Facts,
man.
That part. Yeah, man. We said all of our wishes, all of our prayers go with the whole YSL camp here at L.O.T.S Approved Media. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. All right.
You already know.
All of our prayers are with them.
All
like honestly,
man.
You know what I mean? Because just let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way thorough with y'all. Just because somebody takes somebody's life does not mean they was in the wrong. Just because somebody draws blood from another person, that doesn't mean that they was wrong. Remember that, man. So when you guys are judging people because you hear that they're on a murder charge, how you know that they wasn't protecting their life? Straight or protecting their loved one's life? Straight up.
Or protecting your life.
Or protecting your life that's watching this broadcast, watching this podcast. Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode 109.
109, baby. It ain't no crime.
Episode 9.
Straight up.
9, bro. We here. Trust me when I tell you, dangerous podcast. Shout out to the whole mafia, all right? That part. Don't Shoot the Messenger, all right?
You already know.
That part, man.
You know what? After we do this show, man, you know what? Well, I'm headed, right?
Oh, fact though. No. Trust me, homie. This is you taking the floor right now. This is your floor right now.
Yeah. Oh shit, sis. Oh, okay. So we about to leave in a second?
Yeah, we up out of here. That was the last thing I want to speak. I want to speak about the YSL. We up out of here, man. Okay, we at what time right now? We on our 2-hour mark, man.
Oh, we did that?
Yeah. We at our 2-hour mark. You know, sometimes we go 3 hours. We might And trust me, if we make it to 4 hours, trust me, you guys are gonna be well entertained. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be well entertainment. Have you been entertained? You know,
are you not entertained?
Yes. Thanks
all right,
for the correction, my brother.
Facts. So with that being said, man, shout out to the whole YSL, man. Shout out to everybody we talked about on this podcast. You know what I mean? And like I said before, don't shoot the messenger. We're not here to crucify nobody. We're not here to hang nobody on the cross. All right.
Nope,
we don't reserve that right to judge people. All right. We're just here to bring the message. That's why I say don't shoot the messenger. Episode 109, episode 9, all right? I go by the name of L.O.T.S Approved, all right? This is the L.O.T.S, excuse me. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media Mafia,
yes,
all right? You see the backdrop? Powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media Mafia. You see the backdrop? All right, I go by the name of L.O.T.S Approved, the host with the most. All right, and I'm gonna let my dog introduce himself, my partner in crime. Go ahead, G.
I go by the name of Planet, goddamn it, Free G5. You already know how we gets down. Shouts out to my big brother Jen. Shouts out to my brother Luke. Shouts out to the nephew. Shouts out to all the business owners in Miami trying to get their hustle on.
Shout out to DJ. Shout out to DJ in that army.
DJ in the
Shout out to
army,
nephew.
Man. Shout out to everybody. Hey,
shout out to Mummy, Lang, Miss Lang.
Hey, Mommy at work right now getting her grind on. She tuned in right now. She said, I love the podcast.
Love your mama. You know your mama like my mama.
You already know.
Shout out to Tasha mama, Miss Aldwin.
Oh, y'all know Miss Aldwin.
Shout out to Miss Aldwin. Shout out to all the mothers. Let me tell you, my homies, my homegirls' mamas is like my mamas, all right?
Know how we
so when my mama's not around, when my mama's not accessible, these are the people that treat me like they son. Shout out to them. Shout out to them people. Shout out to the mothers of the world, all right?
Blessings to the mothers of the world, man. That's
so when I say for mothers from a different mother, I really mean it, all right? Now, let's end this the way we usually end it, brother, the right way. I'm ready. Let me straighten out my face.
Straighten it out. I got this one's simple.
Wait. I got to straighten my face, bro. I just can't be laughing.
Nah, I know. I'm gonna straighten mine too. This one's simple. You might not laugh, but you might have to laugh. Right? Okay. When I tasted cheese from the Netherlands for the first time, what did I say?
When you okay, let me get this right. When you tasted cheese from the Netherlands for the first time, what did you say? I can't even guess it. I'm lost at this point, brother. I'm lost. I ain't gonna lie, I'm lost.
It's Gouda.
It's Gouda.
It's Gouda.
What's Gouda? What's Gouda?
It's Gouda.
What's Gouda?
Gouda is a type of cheese that's made in the Netherlands.
You see, I don't know. Oh, it's Gouda, meaning it's good.
It's Gouda.
I get it. Are you not entertained? He did it again. He did it again. You guys, clap it up. He did it again. He did it again. That's the man right there. It's Gouda. It's Gouda. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? All right.
Yeah.
And we're about this motherfucker. L.O.T.S Approved Media Mafia. Don't Shoot the Podcast. Man. Episode 9. All right. I go by name L.O.T.S Approved. This is my partner in crime, Panic. God damn it. And we out this. We out this mug. Peace out, y'all.
This mug. Hey, you know what I'm finna be? You gonna link me over there?
I'm there, bro. You already know.
All right, say no more.
I'm there, homie.
I'm about to
say
bring
less.
the bass bin out now.
Bring that speaker out. You know how we rock on the block. Real block rockers, real block hangers, all right?
Yes, sir. You already know. Another successful